coats everywhere, and there's 6,700.
Is that like Annapolis and Eastport?
So.
Like Annapolis and
Not
Eastport
quite.
Not
quite. Hey, who knows? Next week, this game could be in Baltimore.
Could be. It could be.
Very well could be.
We'll talk a little bit about that. Yeah, let's take a break. We're going to talk a little bit about that coming up as we wrap this show up, and also relive one of the great moments in Baltimore sports history 50 years ago tomorrow. Stick around. We're coming back.
The Ravens Game Day Insider is presented by Dunkin', the official coffee and donut of your Baltimore Ravens. This is your home for Ravens football. WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL mobile app.
WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5 traffic.
Well, good evening. Traffic in and around Baltimore continuing to run smoothly for us. Lots of people getting ready for the football game. 695 is clear all the way around the city. The Jones Falls, the Harrisburg, the Northwest Expressways, all looking good. Between the beltways, 95 and 1 are clear. 295, we do have an incident southbound near Route 32, so watch for delays coming down once you clear 175. Traveling on 70 between the Beltway and Frederick and back again, all your lanes are open. Now here's an update on the status of the I-95 rest areas north of Baltimore from Jim Russ.
On I-95 in Maryland at Chesapeake and Maryland House, the fuel pumps and restrooms are open. Limited food options are available for carry-out only. At the Delaware Welcome Center and at all service areas on the New Jersey Turnpike, full service is available, including indoor dining, but mask use is required.
I'm Rob Gold, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
Now, Brian Neiman, Bobby Trossett, and Keith Mills. This is the Ravens Game Day Insider presented by Dunkin' on WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL mobile app.
Again, if the Ravens win tonight and Kansas City beats Cleveland tomorrow, the Ravens head to Kansas City next Sunday for the AFC Championship. If the Ravens and Browns win tomorrow, Baltimore would host the AFC Championship game in town next Sunday for just the second time ever. And Brian and Bobby, do you guys remember when the first was in Baltimore?
I don't.
You want to take a shot?
That'd be a long, long time ago, right?
It was the first one ever played. The first AFC-NFC Championship after the merger, January 3rd, 1971, the Colts and Cincinnati Bengals. 50 years ago, the Colts won 27-17 behind Johnny Unitas. 2 weeks later, they won Super Bowl V in Miami, the first Super Bowl ever in Baltimore, to go with their 2 NFL championships in the 50s. So all in all, Baltimore's won 5 NFL championships. Yeah. And I always chapel in Pittsburgh when Pittsburgh runs their mouth about how many Super Bowls. I say, hey, man, Baltimore's won 5, so back off. And we weren't in the league for 15 years.
Man, I never thought of it that way.
That's how you have to look at it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess it traveled to Indianapolis. That's why they should have just left all that stuff there.
Absolutely. So some history tomorrow. 50, and there's a lot of Colts fans that are Ravens fans that listen to us that are right now probably toasting whatever they're toasting and saying, I remember that game. They called it the Blunder Bowl because there was about 7 turnovers, but it was one of the hardest hitting football games I can ever remember. You heard Jerry talk about it. At that time, I was 14, and man, we were living on every play, and Jim O'Brien kicked the field goal. The head coach of that team was Don McCafferty, Jim O'Brien with his son-in-law, and he kicked the game-winning field goal to win it. Man, the whole city erupted.
16-13, was that the final?
16-13, yes.
So were the Colts favored to win that game? Was the expectation that they would win that game?
Yeah, the Colts were older. They're big. They're the better team they had was in the 69 Super Bowl when the Jets beat them. But they were at the end of their run. They did go back to the AFC Championship the next year, and Don Shula and the Dolphins shut them out 20-0, the beginning of the Dolphins' run. And that was pretty much the end of the Colts' run. They traded Johnny U and Tom Matty, and they broke up the team. They got rid of the coaching staff and brought in, Ted Marchibroda a little bit later on with Joe Thomas. So that was the end of that era.
In between the Jets Super Bowl and the Cowboys Super Bowl was the Vikings and the Chiefs.
Vikings and the Chiefs. Yeah.
Right.
The Chiefs. Yeah. They have it that. Yeah.
The Chiefs won last year.
Absolutely. So a lot of history right there. But the Packers, they have just beaten the Rams 32-18, so they're moving on. And guys, and Bobby, as you said earlier this week, there was another interesting anniversary 8 years ago in Denver this week, the Mile High Miracle. Joe Flacco to Jacoby Jones. They ultimately win in double overtime. And Bobby, where were you that day? You remember that day? Where were you? You're at Loyola?
Let's see, 2013, right?
2013.
January. So just wrapping up beginning my second semester freshman year.
There we go. Was there a big turnout of Ravens fans at Loyola then, or were you all from upstate New York coming down here for a better education?
Jersey, yeah.
Listen to him.
Where were you?
For
Where were
me,
you, Brian Neiman?
I was in my house watching that game, screaming at the television, going nuts, probably scaring my children. So, and my wife reminds me every time that they yell at the television that they learned it from me. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, the main man in the Mile High Miracle turns 36 years young today. Happy birthday to Joe Flacco.
Joey Flacco. Yeah, there was a caller on the Peter Schmuck show earlier kind of cracking on Flacco and this and that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Joe Flacco won 10 playoff games, won the Super Bowl, went to 3 AFC championship games. He'll get his due, but I hope people bet, it is what it is, man. Yeah. Lamar's got 9 playoff games to make up to get in Joe's class. And I'm not saying Joe's a better quarterback than Lamar or whatever, but look at his record.
He had a pretty good run here.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All right, with that said, too, guys, there have only been 6 double overtime games in playoff history. Baltimore's been a part of 2 of them. Ravens over Denver, Christmas Eve 77, 43 years ago. Oakland beat on Christmas Eve in 77, 43 years ago. The Colts lost to the Oakland Raiders at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. Kenny Stabler's famous goes to the post. And I remember watching that game and almost crying. I was at Channel 13 that time. The game was not televised live, and we were watching closed circuit. The World Series loss to the Mets in 69, the Pirates in 79, and the Bullets losing to the Knicks in 70. The 4 most disappointing days of my young career, my young life. How about
Tell you what, guys, we don't need any second overtimes tonight. No 2 overtimes, all right? I got a quick turnaround. I'm on the air by 10 tomorrow with a little wrap-up, regardless of whether we win or lose. So none of that, Millsy.
I promise. Guys, we got about a minute and a half. Take us through, Bobby, Wink Martindale's game plan today.
Well, so I think you really have to, like I said, you have to make sure that you contain Josh Allen to be a pocket passer. Again, that's not, like I said in the keys, that's not going to fully stop him, but that'll take away his ability to kill you with his legs. And he can certainly do it. Like Femi said earlier on in the broadcast, right, guys? He and Lamar can kill you in the same ways. They just do it differently with their legs.
Brian Neiman, you're G-Row. You got the playbook out. What are you? How are you attacking this defense tonight?
Well, I mean, you're going to run, and you're going to run a lot. And when there's an option to throw, I guess you're going to do it. But I really think the key to this game is going to be defensively for the Ravens.
Yeah, I agree.
Can they stop Allen? And I think more than anybody else, it's Ngakoue. I feel like he's going to have a big game tonight. And this, they got him here to get to a quarterback, and this is the quarterback you need to put pressure on tonight.
Here, brother. And you got to keep him in the pocket as well, or he can hurt you. All right, guys, fantastic job as always. Hopefully, we'll be back next week. That is all for us. Thanks, executive producer Scott Masteller. And tremendous work again from Aaron Hampton and Chris Karlheim in our WBAL studios. Ryan Blumberg in our broadcast booth at M&T Bank Stadium. Bobby Trossett, Pete Gilbert, and I back with the post-game show after the game, and it's going to be a good one. The Ravens and Buffalo Bills coming up, AFC Divisional Playoffs. Enjoy the game, everybody. We'll talk to you then.
Right now at Subway restaurants, you can get 2 big subs for a very special price, because for a limited time, when you buy 2 foot-long subs in the app or online, they're only $5 each. And each one is made on your choice of bread with any veggies and sauces you want. Get 2 of the same footlongs or mix it up and try something new. Either way, footlongs are just $5 each when you buy 2 in the app or online. But only for a limited time and only at Subway restaurants. At participating restaurants, app and online orders only. Additional charge for extras plus tax. No additional discounts or coupons not valid for delivery.
This football season, your tailgate may be more of a home gate, but you can still count on Wise Markets as your one-stop shop for game day essentials. From tasty snacks to yummy beverages, dinners, and desserts, Wise has the winning ingredients you need to score big with a Wise game day recipe like this fan favorite.
Chili cheese dip. This Southwest-style dip has everything a football fanatic could want to satisfy the big game munchies. Guaranteed to please your hometown crowd. Complete recipe at wisemarkets.com/recipes.
The Ravens playoff
playoff edition of Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by Toyota. You can trust Toyota to be here for you today and tomorrow. Shop us on buyatoyota.com.
Now on 4th and 2, Jackson in the pistol. He'll keep it, runs up the middle, big hole, 30, 20, nobody there. Lamar Jackson, 10-5, touchdown Ravens. 4th and 2, and he takes it to the house. The stakes get higher as the temperatures get colder tonight in Buffalo. The Ravens try to take the next step on the road to Tampa as they take on the Bills in a matchup between 2 first-round picks in the class of 2018. Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen and Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. On 3rd and 9, Jackson to throw. Steps up, pocket collapsing. He escapes. He's to the 40-yard line. 35-30. Lamar Jackson to the 20. Leg raise. 10-5. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 1-yard line. No! Signal is touchdown. Lamar Jackson. The Ravens look for back-to-back playoff wins for the first time in 8 years tonight. But Ravens guard Bradley Bozeman feels like they've been on a playoff win streak for 6 weeks now.
We've been in the playoff mindset for the last 6 weeks. Basically, we lose one game, we're out of the playoffs. That's been our mindset this whole time. So we've been playing playoff football for 6 weeks now. And this is no different. You know, you lose and you're out. You win, you go on. And, you know, we just have that mindset. It's like we want to execute as the highest level as we possibly can, control what we can control, minimize the stupid mistakes, the pre-snap penalties, the alignments, whatever it is, and just make sure we put ourselves in a good situation to come out with a win.
Coming up next, we get you set for the Ravens and the Bills in the divisional playoff game.
This is Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Toyota. Once again, here's the voice of the Baltimore Ravens, Jerry Sandusky, on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Bill Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. The wind chill will be in the high teens at kickoff. The wind blowing at double-digit speed. There was snow earlier this evening, but it is not laying on the field. It is not snowing at the moment. And all in all, it's cold air wrapped in a blanket of drama for the divisional playoff round.
Setting the table on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Time to introduce my broadcast partner, Dennis Pitta. Dennis, round 2 of the postseason. Is there a psychological difference for Lamar Jackson having won a playoff game a week ago? Big deal, not so big deal, or just yesterday's news?
I think it's a huge deal. I think he carried a lot of weight on his shoulders and a lot of pressure going into this postseason. All the criticism about Lamar Jackson had not been anything about his ability as a quarterback, nothing other than he couldn't win in the postseason. The question marks about this team had been, can this style of play, can that win in the postseason? And all those questions were answered, and that weight was lifted off Lamar Jackson's shoulders. I thought when he went into the game last week, I thought he started the game a little tight, as if he had to win the game. He had a bad interception early on, but he got back into rhythm and he realized, okay, I can win this game, and he did. And now he doesn't have to carry that burden into tonight's game. He can play relaxed, he can play calm, and that's a dangerous Lamar Jackson when he's in those conditions.
Usually when you evaluate a quarterback and he's not accurate, it's hard for them to shed that tag. And what he's done in the offseason and what he's done this year with Brian and those guys, it's amazing to see, with his accuracy. And it's accuracy on the move, it's accuracy out of the pocket. It's, everything that he has done, he's become more accurate with it. So he's like, to paint the picture for you all, it's a young Ben Roethlisberger because of his size and how he extends plays with, like, Marino's arm.
That's Ravens defensive coordinator Wink Martindale talking about Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Dennis, consider this. Josh Allen improved his accuracy percentage by 11 percentage points this year over last year, by 18 percentage points over his rookie year. You almost never see a quarterback develop like that in the NFL. How's he done it?
That's a good question. I mean, he has taken a monster step forward in his progression as a quarterback. I mean, he's thrown for almost 1,500 more yards this year than he did a season ago. He's obviously added a big weapon in Stephon Diggs to the mix that he's been able to rely on. But you even look at him back when he was a quarterback in Wyoming. In college, he didn't even complete 60% of his passes. Accuracy was always a question mark for him coming into the draft, early on in his career. I don't know how you develop accuracy. I feel like that's something you either have or you don't. He has found a way to take steps forward in his accuracy, and because he's an accurate quarterback now, you couple that with his big arm and his size and mobility, he's an MVP caliber player now.
When you look at this divisional round, it's a battle of the ages. In the NFC, you have 3 quarterbacks who are 36 years old or older. In the AFC, you have 3 quarterbacks who were first-round picks in the class of 2018, 2 of whom will face off tonight in Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Are you going young or old as these playoffs continue?
Well, listen, there's some great young quarterbacks in the league right now, and it's a very promising group of quarterbacks that are kind of making their mark now. And it's really been the AFC, like we just mentioned, that have turned to the younger quarterbacks so far, and it's been the NFC who have still had to rely on some of those older quarterbacks. But listen, there's some great quarterback play around the league, whether you're young or old, and it's exciting to watch, especially some of these young guys, and you know the NFL is in good hands for the future.
Straight ahead, the wider perspective. This is Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Toyota on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Your commute and your workday probably look a little different these days. A new work setting shouldn't mean compromising productivity or security. Is your technology keeping pace with the change? The tools you need to conduct business may be drastically different from last year. Whether you're in the office, at the kitchen table, or catching up on emails during the game, visit advancedstuff.com/98rock to discover technology solutions that could help your team work successfully from anywhere, both today and in the future. Advanced Business Systems. We live and breathe this stuff.
Now's a great time to go Toyota for reliability, value, and style. And RAV4 is the #1 selling SUV in America over the last year, with available all-wheel drive in gas or hybrid models. Now get up to $1,000 cash back from Toyota through February 1st. For more offers, shop Toyota's official website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. Then see your Toyota dealer. Go Toyota, and let's go places.
M&T Bank. You know we're the official bank of your Baltimore Ravens. And now that the Ravens are in the playoffs, M&T is also the official bank of... Playoffs, baby! The official bank of... Here we go! The official bank of... The Ravens! The Ravens! And even the official bank of... Turn up, Ravens fans! You've been passionately supporting your team all season long, and your enthusiasm has paid off. The Ravens are in the playoffs. Let's keep this energy going and make this season one for the books. Here's to being part of something special together and one big, proud community of Ravens fans.
Big trust, baby! We're going all the way!
Big trust, Ravens, this is our year! M&T Bank. The official bank of the Ravens flock. Member FDIC.
Get pumped, Baltimore. Your Ravens are in the playoffs. Celebrate with a custom Ravens debit card only from M&T Bank. Make your custom card today at mtb.com/Ravens.
The flagship of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5. Coming up in less than 10 minutes, Jerry Sandusky visits with Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Toyota, continues on the Ravens Game Day Network.
The Ravens lead the all-time series with the Buffalo Bills 6-3, but tonight marks the first time the Ravens will face the Bills in the postseason. They face them in Bill Stadium, same location as a year ago when the Ravens beat the Bills 24-17 in Week 14, a game in which Lamar Jackson only gained 40 yards rushing, and the Bills limited the Ravens to their smallest output. That's what Buffalo will shoot for tonight, while the Ravens try to explode and play their way to the AFC Championship game.
Now, the wider perspective on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Dennis, the Bills have not gone to the AFC Championship game since before Josh Allen was born. Can the Ravens use the Bills' lack of experience on this stage to their advantage tonight?
Well, that's pretty remarkable. It's been 25 years since the Bills...
26 since the AFC Championship.
26. 25 years since they've won a playoff game.
Right.
26 since they've been to a championship. I mean, that's unbelievable. Listen, yes, they can use that inexperience against the Bills, but you can't imagine that the Ravens are much more experienced. I mean, you have a quarterback who's never been in this position. He's only won one playoff game, much like Josh Allen, and that was this year. You have a number of players on this roster who have no experience being in this position. J.K. Dobbins, Hollywood Brown, Gus Edwards, Orlando Brown. I mean, there's a number of players, even on the Ravens side, that just don't have the experience. So a lot of times in these situations, ignorance is bliss. You don't know how big the moment is, especially with limited fans and stuff like that. You can just go and play your game. I think the pressure's off this team. The Ravens needed to win a game, and they did that. Now they can go out and play relaxed and play their game and continue to lean on the momentum that they carried into this postseason.
So weather is a factor tonight. No major snowstorm in the forecast, but wind is going to be gusting at times up to 20, 25 miles an hour. Chill factor will be about 20 degrees throughout the course of this game. Dennis, one of the most important things the players had to figure out in pregame warm-ups to excel in these kind of conditions?
Well, I think whenever there's adverse conditions, I think first and foremost you worry about footing. Now, I don't think that will be a concern in this game. There's no snow on the ground. Unless it starts to snow heavily during the course of the game, that won't be an issue. I think what is the issue is the wind, and we talked about the accuracy of Josh Allen. Accuracy is incredibly difficult when there's 20, 25-mile-an-hour winds, and you're trying to throw the ball downfield like they'd like to do on the Buffalo side. I think you're going to have to be able to rely on a run game, and that certainly plays to the Ravens' strengths versus the Bills.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Ravens Game Day Network.
WBAL WIYY HD2 Baltimore.
WBAL News Radio 1090 FM 101.5.
Green Bay knocked off the L.A. Rams in the first of the divisional games earlier this afternoon, so the field is now down to 7. After tonight, it trims to 6, and this is going to be much different than we saw from Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. One of the three 36-year-old plus quarterbacks, Tom Brady, 40-plus, Drew Brees, 40-plus. Tonight, it's two young guys, 24-year-olds, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, classmates in the draft class of 2018.
Coming up next, Dennis Pitta. This is Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Toyota on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Hey, Baltimore, it's me, Winter. Just a heads up, I'm going to ice and snow all week from western Maryland to the eastern shore. But if you're driving a Honda, you'll be fine. And right now, Honda is offering its best ever APR on the entire Honda SUV lineup. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Passport, and more. With real-time all-wheel drive and all the safety features included with Honda Sensing, like a collision mitigation braking system and adaptive cruise control. Oh, and don't forget to turn on your heated seats. It's gonna get cold. Sorry. See your local Honda dealer today.
Brought to you by Horseshoe Casino Baltimore, the official casino partner of the Baltimore Ravens. Come by to join the world's premier loyalty program, Caesars Rewards, and enjoy the many benefits Horseshoe has to offer. Sign up to get the exclusive Ravens card and also get 3 free gifts. New members receive food and beverage credits, free play up to $100, and a hotel accommodation. See Caesars Rewards for complete details. Must be 21 years or older to gamble. Know when to stop. Before you start, please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
MedStar Health is the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens and you. So whether you're coaching from the sidelines or from the stands, whether you're kicking a field goal or trying to kick the flu, whether you're playing the game of your life or just living your best life, you deserve the same top-notch care we give the Baltimore Ravens. And a healthcare partner that understands inside every human body lives a human being. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Need a new roof or roof repair but not sure who to call? Are you looking for elite service without having to spend elite money? Look no further than Roofing by Elite, Maryland's most trusted roofing company since 1999. Winter's just around the corner, so don't get blindsided by old man winter. Get your roof repaired or replaced now by contacting Roofing by Elite on the web at roofingbyelite.com or checking out on Twitter at FixMyRoof52. And use code Hollywood for 20% off of a roof repair or roof replacement.
Get pumped, Baltimore. Your Ravens are in the playoffs. Celebrate with a custom Ravens debit card only from M&T Bank. Make your custom card today at mtb.com/Ravens.
WBAL News Radio 1090 FM 101.5 and the WBAL app. Now, the Inactives. Ravens football is presented by Geico.
All healthy scratches for the Ravens tonight. James Prochet, running back Mark Ingram, linebacker Jalen Ferguson, cornerback Pierre Desir, defensive lineman Justin Ellis, and Broderick Washington. One notable inactive for the Bills, tight end Tyler Croft.
Dennis Pitta on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Marquise Brown was instrumental in the Ravens' win last weekend against the Titans with 7 catches and 128 total yards from scrimmage. And it's really been his resurgence over the final stretch of the season that has helped propel the Ravens into the postseason and helped them notch their first playoff win since 2014. Now, Greg Roman spoke this week about Hollywood's impact as of late and his importance to their offense.
You know, he's been working hard. I really think he's gotten better and better. He had a few drops there, but, we worked through that. But really and truly, from the last 5-6 weeks, he's really improved. We see it in practice. I think his timing with Lamar's improved. We need him. We need him to show up. He's a big part of what we want to do.
As Roman said, Brown's recent success, his improved play over the last few weeks after struggling with drops, consistency, and overall production through many parts of this season, has been a big factor in why the Ravens' season continues tonight. Here's some of the numbers that illustrate how the Ravens' success as a team this year has largely correlated with Hollywood's production on the field. Over the first 6 games of the season, the Ravens went 5-1 as a team. They got off to a great start. Hollywood's production in those games, 26 catches, 376 yards, and averaging nearly 15 yards a catch. However, over the next 5 games, the Ravens went 1-4. Hollywood's production in those games, just 9 catches for 140 yards, averaging less than 2 catches per game during that span. But, as we all have seen, over this final 6-game stretch, 5 games of the regular season and the playoff game last week, the Ravens went 6-0. Hollywood's production in those 6 games, 33 catches for 362 yards. And on top of all that, he's caught 5 of his 8 total touchdowns this season over those last 5 games of the regular season. So long story short, the better Marquise plays, the better the Ravens play. And when Hollywood is productive, the Ravens usually win. In fact, the Ravens are 7-0 this season when Marquise Brown has 5 or more catches in the game. And in all 5 of their losses this season, he's had just 4 catches or less and only eclipsed 50 yards receiving once in each of those games. So yes, the Ravens are a run-first team. They've averaged 262 rushing yards a game over this recent 6-game winning streak. But Hollywood Brown and his usage goes a long way in keeping defenses honest and setting the Ravens up to win football games. And they need him tonight to be productive again if they want to come out of Buffalo with a win and continue on in this postseason.
After the game, keep it here for the Locker Room Show, presented by M&T Bank, as we bring you analysis and perspective on today's game. This is the Ravens Game Day Network.
Never cut corners, Baltimore. Ravens football is here, and Lido Pizza's got a deal for you. Get a famously square 18-inch one-topping Lido pizza and an Italian salad, plus 6 jumbo wings for only $29.99. Lido Pizza is Maryland's homegrown square pizza and proud partner of the Baltimore Ravens. Order online at LidoPizza.com. Lido Pizza is square because Lido Pizza never cuts corners. Lido Pizza, a proud partner of your Baltimore Ravens.
Wawa hoagies are a winning pick for game day. Every hoagie's made with the ingredients you crave in varieties you love. From toasty cheesesteak to mouthwatering meatball, Italian, and more. There's a hoagie for every mood and every appetite. Stop in, order ahead with the Wawa mobile app, or get it delivered. When you're planning for the game, we have you covered with Wawa Catering. Make your game day a winner with Wawa hoagies, snacks, and drinks. Wawa is the official hoagie of the Baltimore Ravens. Gotta have a Wawa.
Planning a move? Von Paris Moving and Storage will handle all the details. Whether your move is within the state of Maryland, across the country, or overseas, Von Paris can customize their services to meet your needs and budget. Their relocation experts will provide a free no-obligation estimate and answer any questions or concerns about your upcoming household or office moving requirements. Call Von Paris Moving and Storage today at 410-888-8500 or visit VonParis.com. Von Paris, always going the extra mile since 1892. Proud to be the official mover of the Baltimore Ravens.
Your commute and your workday probably look a little different these days. A new work setting shouldn't mean compromising productivity or security. Is your technology keeping pace with the change? The tools you need to conduct business may be drastically different from last year. Whether you're in the office, at the kitchen table, or catching up on emails during the game, visit advancedstuff.com/98rock to discover technology solutions that could help your team work successfully from anywhere, both today and in the future. Advanced Business Systems. We live and breathe this stuff.
Get pumped, Baltimore. Your Ravens are in the playoffs. Celebrate with a custom Ravens debit card only from M&T Bank. Make your custom card today at mtb.com/Ravens.
The home of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5. Time to hear from the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. Here is Jerry Sandusky with John Harbaugh on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Coach, every one of your players now has playoff experience, something they didn't have a week ago. Did you see any effect of that as you prepared for tonight's matchup with the Bills?
You know, I just think the guys are excited to play, Jerry. They're fired up. They had a great week, a lot of energy, a lot of focus. And I think we're just excited for the next step, and we understand that if we want to keep playing, we have to play our best game of the year in this game.
Because Bills quarterback Josh Allen is so mobile, I thought Wink did a great job of describing him, kind of a young Ben Roethlisberger with a Dan Marino arm. But he extends plays, and he gets out of the pocket. Because of that, do you have to change the way you rush the passer today, knowing keeping him in the pocket is probably your best bet?
Well, you know, we had the same challenge with Tannehill, too, you know, because he's so mobile. So I think there's a lot of carryover. There's so many more quarterbacks now. There's so many young guys that can move and make plays on the run. Nobody's doing it better than Josh. I mean, he's just doing it at a high level. So, well, we have our hands full, but we believe we're up to the task, and we'll have to see today.
There are storylines that emerge in games like this that coaches probably don't even focus on, but you can't help seeing them. And one is that you and your adversary, Sean McDermott, worked together under Andy Reid in Philadelphia for many years. You're playing for a chance to possibly face Andy again in the AFC Championship game. You've coached against guys that you've worked with for a long time before. Does that familiarity give you any advantage when you manage a game?
Well, if it does, it's probably balanced, you know, because we both know each other pretty well. We were together a long time on that staff, and then Andy and all the guys. It's just pretty. I don't know if you could write that story again and people would believe it. All the guys who've done so well in Andy's staff, and then in the playoffs, so many coaches from his group making it, and coaches, you know, being like Leslie Frazier, for instance, being talked about, and David Culley being talked about as head coaches in the next cycle. So it's pretty incredible. I mean, they'll be probably writing a book about that one someday.
Definitely one of the big trees of NFL coaches, to say the very least. Coach, here's hoping your tree grows a little higher as you take on the Bills. Good luck today against Buffalo.
Thanks, Jerry.
Up next, the big picture. Ravens football is presented by Geico on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Now's a great time to go Toyota for reliability, value, and style. And RAV4 is the #1 selling SUV in America over the last year, with available all-wheel drive in gas or hybrid models. Now get up to $1,000 cash back from Toyota through February 1st. For more offers, shop Toyota's official website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. Then see your Toyota dealer. Go Toyota, and let's go places. For more than 100 years, Chesapeake Employers Insurance has been helping Maryland businesses keep their workers safe. With competitive pricing and an AM Best A- financial strength rating, it's no surprise that Chesapeake Employers is Maryland's largest writer of workers' comp insurance.
At the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
Connect with your agent or visit CEIWC.com.
This is Sarah. Leave a message.
Hey, Sarah, I wanted to catch you before you left. Don't come to our house for the party. There's been a change in plans. We got into some twisted tea, hard iced teas, and one thing led to another. And now we're at the billionaire's house, baby. Yes, the one with the airstrip. Look, the password at the gate is lobster. You gotta get here. Whoa, that's a llama. Twisted tea. Keep it twisted! Please drink responsibly.
As the Baltimore Ravens energy choice, Constellation is proud to support another year of Sacks for Science. For each sack made by the Ravens defense during the 2020 season, Constellation will send a school group to visit the Power Up exhibit at the Maryland Science Center. One lucky school group will win the grand prize of a behind-the-scenes tour of M&T Bank Stadium with a special guest. To learn how your school can be part of the Sacks for Science program, visit BaltimoreRavens.com/Sacks for Science.
Get pumped, Baltimore. Your Ravens are in the playoffs. Celebrate with a custom Ravens debit card only from M&T Bank. Make your custom card today at mtb.com/Ravens.
The flagship of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5. As we get ready for today's game, it's time for the big picture. This is Countdown to Kickoff on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Orchard Park, New York, for the divisional playoff game, a showdown of starring young quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Allen, the 7th player taken in the 2018 draft's first round. Lamar Jackson, the 32nd player taken. One of those two former first-round picks is taking his team to the AFC Championship game tonight. So Dennis, Josh Allen, a very different quarterback this season, 70% completion. He runs effectively, and I think he's probably most dangerous. He reminds Wink Martindale so much of a young Ben Roethlisberger, but he's got a bigger arm than Ben Roethlisberger ever did. If you just get a pass rush pressure on him, it's not enough. If you don't get him to the turf, he's going to get you deep.
Yeah, and you heard Wink Martindale mention this week that you have to treat him like Derrick Henry when you're tackling him, which is amazing. He's that big. He's built like a tight end. He's 6'5", 240, and just difficult to bring down and incredibly mobile for that size. And so he's able to extend plays. He gets outside the pocket, and when he does, he's lethal. He's incredibly accurate, and that's where they can make big plays downfield with all those talented receivers that he has at his disposal.
You never know what play will be the play in a game with the stakes this high, but you suspect it might be a third down play because both of these two teams are so good at third down. The Bills have the number 1 third down offense in the NFL. The Ravens have the number 2 third down defense in the NFL. You get a feeling, like I do, that third down could dictate the outcome tonight.
Yeah, I think it certainly will. And it'll be interesting to see the cat and mouse game that goes on, the chess game that goes on between these two coordinators. How much does Wink Martindale blitz? And because Josh Allen, you know, is very good against the blitz, had been arguably the best in the league against pressure. And so do they blitz? Do they play coverage? Do they try and keep Josh Allen in the pocket and throw from the pocket more and try and take away all of his extended plays and off-platform throws and all those things that he's excelled at this season? It'll be interesting to see how they attack it.
As the wind chill.
Stay with us as we get ready for the start of today's game. You've been listening to Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Toyota, here on the Ravens Game Day Network.
The Ravens playoff edition of Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by Toyota. You can trust Toyota to be here for you today and tomorrow. Shop us on ViaToyota.com.
Now on 4th and 2, Jackson in the pistol. He'll keep it, runs up the middle, big hole, 30, 20, nobody there. Lamar Jackson, 10-5, touchdown Ravens. 4th and 2, and he takes it to the house.
Right now at Subway restaurants, you can get 2 big subs for a very special price because for a limited time, when you buy 2 foot-long subs in the app or online, they're only $5 each. And each one is made on your choice of bread with any veggies and sauces you want. Get 2 of the same footlongs or mix it up and try something new. Either way, footlongs are just $5 each when you buy 2 in the app or online. But only for a limited time and only at Subway restaurants. At participating restaurants, app and online orders only. Additional charge for extras plus tax. No additional discounts or coupons not valid for delivery. When the Ravens win, Highs scoops for free. Become a Highs Rewards member to receive a free victory scoop of Highs' famous Super Premium Ice Cream the day after a win. Try one of our new flavors, Mooberry Oat Crumble, Fresh Peach, Mad Cow Fudge, or even an old favorite like our delicious Butter Pecan Ice Cream. Don't forget to pick up a quart of our Butter Brickle Ice Cream while you're there. Be sure to download the Highs Rewards app in the App Store or Google Play Store today.
Are Are you ready for game day? Safeway has everything you need for your home gating feast. Pick up all your favorites, like wings, chips and dips, brats, burgers, beverages, and pizza. Stop by their deli and pick up fresh fried chicken, or their produce department for fresh cut fruit and veggie trays. Hey, whatever you and your crew need for the game, Safeway has you covered. Shop in-store or have it delivered right to your door at Safeway.com.
Ravens Playoff Football is presented by M&T Bank, the official bank of the Ravens flock. And as your team's official bank, M&T is the only place you can get your hands on the exclusive Ravens debit card. Help support Tony the Tiger's mission to make sure school sports come back strong by picking up a box of Frosted Flakes from Safeway.
Ricard splits into the slot, comes in motion to the left. Jackson off the play action. Wants to throw. Launches deep down the middle. He's got a man. He's got a touchdown. Miles Boykin. Lamar Jackson hit him in stride, and the Ravens extend the lead on 3rd and 9. Jackson to throw. Steps up. Pocket collapsing. He escapes. He's to the 40-yard line. 35-30. Lamar Jackson to the 20. Leg raise. 10. 5. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 1-yard line. No! Signal is touchdown. Lamar Jackson. You could say Lamar Jackson has waited 3 years for this game. So too has Josh Allen, the former first-round draft picks, class of 2018, both getting their first ever NFL playoff win a week ago, both riding a tidal wave of momentum into this game, both believing this is their year. The Buffalo Bills won the opening coin toss. They've elected to defer, so Ravens will have the offense on the field first. Dennis, players' perspective, in these moments leading up to a game that is close enough to the Super Bowl that you can see it, what are you feeling?
You have to find a way to compartmentalize everything that's going on because there's so much pressure on these players, and you understand how big of a moment this is. And so you just have to realize you get in kind of the flow of the game and into the zone, and you just forget everything that's at stake, and that's what you got to do as a player.
Tyler Bass's kickoff will be taken for a touchback. The Ravens will have it at the 25-yard line. The starting lineup for the Ravens, of course, Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Up front on the offensive line, Orlando Brown Jr. on the left tackle. Left guard, Bradley Bozeman. Center, Pat McCary. Right guard is Ben Powers. And the right tackle, we expect it to be Tyree Phillips. We will see some DJ Fluker tonight. Running backs, J.K. Dobbins will get the start. Hollywood Brown, Miles Boykin, Willie Snead. And wide receiver, Mark Andrews is the tight end. From the 25-yard line, it's going to be Gus Edwards, not J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. Edwards will carry off left tackle, bangs it back to the right, crosses the 30-yard line, 35, sheds a tackler and gets all the way out to the 37-yard line before Jordan Poyer brings him down, but not before a 12-yard gain on first down. And the Ravens move the chains with the ground game.
And that's a very promising start. That's just old-fashioned power football, right? The traditional handoff to Gus Edwards. And he does a nice job of seeing the cutback. It started to the left, and he got all the way back across to the right, broke a tackle, and got a big first down on the very first play of the game. Great start for this offense and being able to establish the run.
1st and 10 Ravens from their 37. Pistol formation. Ricard goes in motion. Give us to Edwards, this time off the left side. Weaves his way across the 40. Spins to the 45 and stretches out to the 47-yard line. Tre'Davious White brings him down, but not before a gain of 10. And then they're going to mark this one as a 9-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 1. And the Ravens opening up with a strong show of the ground game.
Yeah, and just more of the same right there. They really pull the center and the right tackle there. They do so much pulling with all they pull more than any team in the NFL. 41% of the time on their run plays, they're at least pulling one offensive lineman.
Jackson from the pistol. Hands it off again. This is Dobbins, crosses midfield. Buffalo 45. And it'll be wrestled down at the 44-yard line by cornerback Levi Wallace. And the Ravens move the chains again. So it has been a heavy dose of run by the NFL's leading rushing team. And the Buffalo Bills have struggled against the run this year. Buffalo defensively came in ranked 17th against the run. Last week against the Indianapolis Colts, the Bills gave up 163 yards on the ground. 1st and 10 Ravens. Ball is at the Buffalo 44. Dobbins in the backfield. He'll get the carry, spins at the line of scrimmage, and has to lunge forward to avoid a tackle for loss by Tre'Davious White. The cornerback punctured the Ravens' backfield and blew up that play. I'm going to mark this right at the Buffalo 45. It'll be 3rd down and 2. So we talked about the importance of 3rd down. Equally important for the Ravens offense. Ranked 4th in the NFL in 3rd down efficiency this year. Jackson in the shotgun. Ricard to his left. Dobbins to his right. From the Buffalo 45. Jackson will keep it. Runs up the middle. He's to the 40-yard line, and he picks up the 1st down. He faked the sweep to J.K. Dobbins, and he darted up the middle, and the Ravens continued to move the ball on the ground in Buffalo.
And that is their favorite play on 3rd and short right there. The fake read option to J.K. Dobbins. Lamar Jackson keeps it and knifes right up the middle of the field. They've had so much success on that play, pulling Bradley Bozeman, and we talked about pulling and how much they do that. Bradley Bozeman is their best puller. Very athletic, getting out and being able to kick out the defender right there.
From the pistol wing formation, Jackson will keep it on the read option, cuts inside the numbers at the 40. He's to the 35 and heads out of bounds into the Ravens bench area after a pickup of about 7 on the read option. 11:40 to play, first quarter. Ball is at the Buffalo 33. Jerry Sandusky, Dennis Pitta with you live from the Verizon broadcast booth for the divisional playoff game in Orchard Park, New York.
And the Ravens haven't even attempted a pass yet, haven't needed to. They've been getting chunk yards on the ground. Again, right there, 7 yards. That was a straight read option. Lamar Jackson saw the defensive end crash down, pulled the ball out, got around the edge. The Bills have no answer right now for this run game, and it's going to be a long day for Buffalo if they cannot stop the Ravens' rushing attack. They need to get Josh Allen on the field, and this is not the way to do it.
The timeout taken by the Ravens as the play clock had reached 1.
Timeout.
So the Ravens will have to take a timeout with 11:06 to play in the opening quarter. Ravens have yet to throw a pass in this game. Game time kickoff temperature 34 degrees. The wind 13 miles an hour, but it will be gusting at times up to 25 miles an hour. That's the forecast. There was some snow prior to pregame warm-ups. No snow at the moment. Flurries called throughout the evening. Probably a big sigh of relief for Lamar Jackson. No big snow forecast since he has never played in a snow game before.
It didn't seem like he was too excited to play in the snow for the first time either. But listen, I think if this was a snow game, he would have a big advantage because especially the Ravens as well with their rushing attack.
Not the night you want to experiment with snow angels for the first time. Gus Edwards in the backfield. Jackson will throw his first pass of the game to Willie Snead, complete for a short gain to the 32-yard line. He'll only pick up about 1.5 yards, and the Ravens will face a 3rd and a long 1.
And you have to think in this scenario, it's 3rd and short. This is probably 2 plays here. This is probably 4th down territory. They're going to go for it here. Coach Harbaugh has done that consistently throughout the season. I don't think they're thinking about field goal if we don't get this here, especially with Lamar Jackson out there. I think he's going to wave off any potential field goal attempt. This seems like 2-down territory right here where they're going to try and get it if they don't here on 4th down.
Ball is at the Bills 32. They have to get to the Buffalo 30 to move the chains. 3rd down and 2. Gus Edwards the back in the pistol. Give it to Edwards right up the middle. Hits the pile. Pushes forward. He does not get it. He'll be stopped about 0.5 yard shy of the 30-yard line. And so the Ravens facing a 4th down decision. Lamar Jackson standing on the field. Makes eye contact with John Harbaugh. 10 minutes even to play in the opening quarter. The Ravens have had the ball from the start, and the offense stays on the field. The first 4th down opportunity of the game. It'll be a pistol formation. Now Jackson will now go under center. Buffalo bunches 7 along the line. Gus Edwards in the backfield. Jackson takes the snap. He is taken down. A flag is down. Jackson did not make the first down. He was tripped up at the snap. And now the question becomes what the call is. Here's Carl Cheffers.
Offside. Number 54 defense lined up in the neutral zone. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
A huge break for the Ravens as A.J. Klein commits the penalty for Buffalo. The Ravens would have turned the ball over on downs. Instead, they have a first down.
That's a big break. You can clearly see he's lined up in the neutral zone from the very start. But Lamar Jackson bobbled that snap. It was just a QB sneak, and he didn't have a good handle on it from the beginning, which didn't allow him to get much of a push inside. So had they not been bailed out right there by that neutral zone infraction, that was a turnover on downs.
Instead, it's a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 Ravens at the Buffalo 25. Jackson, play action, under pressure. Rolls to his right. He's going to be wrapped up and flung down all the way back at the 38-yard line. Levi Wallace with the sack for the Bills. A 14-yard loss on the play. 2nd down and long coming up.
Well, the Bills brought a blitz right there, and with the play-action fake, it was a little slow developing, and so as soon as Lamar Jackson looked up, he had Wallace right in his face, a speedy defensive back, and was unable to get away from the pressure.
Buffalo likes to bring corners and safeties off the edge. They succeed with it there. Jackson on the read option. No room as he tries to run along the right hash mark, taken down at the 34-yard line by Mario Addison, and the Ravens are going to face a 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 18 with 8:49 to play in the opening quarter. Great to have you with us tonight on the Ravens Game Day Network, presented by Geico.
And it will be interesting to see how aggressive they are with this play call, because 3rd and 18, not a great scenario, especially with this offense, not the position you want to be in. You're in field goal range. You have a terrific kicker in Justin Tucker. Do you want to just hand the ball off, see how many yards you can get, set up a better field goal, or are you going to be aggressive here and push the ball downfield?
Jackson out of the shotgun, wants to throw. Quick release over the middle, complete. That's Miles Boykin inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line, far shy of the 1st down. But much better field goal range as Justin Tucker comes on with just a shade more than 8 minutes to play in the opening quarter to try to cap this opening drive with some Ravens points.
And they weren't trying to get the 1st down there. That was just short game concept. They were just hooking up about 5 yards. That's exactly what they want to do. Get a better field goal attempt for Justin Tucker, get points on the board, and get out of this first drive with a 3-point lead.
This will be a 41-yard try from the left hash mark for Justin Tucker. Morgan Cox, the All-Pro long snapper. Sam Cook will have the hold. Tucker from 41, kick on the way. It is off the upright and no good. It hooked a little farther left than Tucker wanted, to hit the upright, and comes back on the field. No good. And with 7:40 to play, we remain scoreless in Buffalo on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Are you ready for game day? Safeway has everything you need for your home gating feast. Pick up all your favorites, like wings, chips and dips, brats, burgers, beverages, and pizza. Stop by their deli and pick up fresh fried chicken, or their produce department for fresh cut fruit and veggie trays. Hey, whatever you and your crew need for the game, Safeway has you covered. Shop in-store or have it delivered right to your door at Safeway.com.
Your commute and your workday probably look a little different these days. A new work setting shouldn't mean compromising productivity or security. Is your technology keeping pace with the change? The tools you need to conduct business may be drastically different from last year. Whether you're in the office, at the kitchen table, or catching up on emails during the game, visit advancedstuff.com/98rock to discover technology solutions that could help your team work successfully from anywhere, both today and in the future. Advanced Business Systems. We live and breathe this stuff.
Dear Baltimore hometown heroes, we'd like to thank you. Cigna is proud to present this year's hometown hero, and we congratulate you on all you do. You are frontline workers, military veterans, and members of our community that work to keep us safe and connected. And you are showing kindness and compassion that raises the bar for hometown heroes everywhere. The Ravens and Cigna stand side by side to honor you all season long. And remember, everyone can still nominate their own hometown hero for the 2021 season by visiting the Ravens Flock Contest page on BaltimoreRavens.com. As the Baltimore Ravens energy choice, Constellation is proud to support another year of Sacks for Science. For each sack made by the Ravens defense during the 2020 season, Constellation will send a school group to visit the Power Up exhibit at the Maryland Science Center. One lucky school group will win the grand prize of a behind-the-scenes tour of M&T Bank Stadium with a special guest. To learn how your school can be part of the Sacks for Science program, visit BaltimoreRavens.com/Sacks for Science.
WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL app.
Jerry Sandusky, Dennis Pitta with you live from the Verizon broadcast booth. The most accurate kicker in NFL history, Justin Tucker, a 41-yard try. It caroms off the upright and falls back to the field. No good. Hard to say if that was wind aided or simply if Tucker pulled that one too far to the left.
I'm sure it was a combination of the two. There's obviously wind in Buffalo. Didn't look like his best ball right there, but that is a rare sight, a miss like that from Tucker.
7:36 to play, opening quarter. Bills have the ball for the first time. Josh Allen wants to throw from his 31-yard line. Allen slings it over the middle, complete. Stephon Diggs has it, and he's out to the 44-yard line. A 14-yard gain and a Bills first down right out of the gate.
And you see right there what the Bills want to do. They want to come out and throw the football. I mean, these are two completely different offenses. The Ravens barely attempted a pass in their first drive. The Bills come out slinging on their very first play. And if you don't get to Josh Allen, if you allow him to sit in the pocket like they did right there and be comfortable and spread that ball around, he's got too many weapons. He's too good to let sit.
Allen to throw out of the empty backfield. Has time. Now he's flush from the pocket. Runs to the right. Lobs it deep down the field, and it is incomplete. There was nobody in the neighborhood, but it doesn't matter. He was outside the tackle box. 2nd and 10 coming up. His first completion was to Stephon Diggs. And you do a double take when you look at Diggs' numbers. 127 receptions, 1,535 yards. I mean, that's a career for some guys. That's a good career for some guys. That's a season for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, unbelievable. And you heard Coach Harbaugh talk earlier in the week. He's kind of the one that got away for the Ravens. A 5th-round pick. They passed up on him like every other team 5 different times, but tremendous receiver and really flourishing in Buffalo.
Josh Allen throws across the middle, complete to John Brown, taken down at the 48-yard line by L.J. Fort. And the Bills will have a 3rd down for the first time tonight. 3rd down and 6. If you were with us in the pregame show, you heard us mention. If not, we'll fill you in. Buffalo with the number 1 3rd down offense in the NFL. Now the whistle prior to the snap as the Ravens will take a second timeout. Buffalo had gone hurry up. And the Ravens did not like the personnel matchup, so we will step aside. 6:32 to play. First quarter. Scoreless on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Acura is dedicated to sticking to the facts. The 2020 MDX delivers track-inspired performance wrapped inside a premium 3-row SUV. Fact. By sticking to the facts, we now have more time for facts. A chef's hat is traditionally made with 100 pleats, representing the 100 different ways to cook an egg. You're welcome. Acura. Less talk, more drive. Visit your local dealer to learn more facts.
For great deals this January on the entire Acura lineup, visit your Baltimore Annapolis Acura dealer today.
People who know Baltimore know Hertzback.
People who know Hertzback know that we've provided accounting and advisory services for more than 70 years.
Today, we all know that companies in and around Baltimore are adapting, evolving,
and looking toward new opportunities.
And that's why, after years working alongside BDO,
Hertzback has joined BDO. People who know Hertzback know BDO. Visit us at BDO.com.
For more than 100 years, Chesapeake Employers Insurance has been helping Maryland businesses keep their workers safe. With competitive pricing and an AM Best A- financial strength rating, it's no surprise that Chesapeake Employers is Maryland's largest writer of workers' comp insurance.
At the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
Connect with your agent or visit CEIWC.com.
Safeway is your headquarters for home gating. This season, when you're preparing for the next Ravens game, make sure to pick up all your favorite Ravens products, including Coca-Cola, McCormick Grill Mates, Burke's Hot Dogs, and Premio Sausage. Stop by your nearest Safeway or have your order delivered right to your doorstep. And don't forget to check out BaltimoreRavens.com for home gating special offers, contests, and recipes. Safeway is the official supermarket of the Baltimore Ravens.
The home of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
Buffalo Bills looking at a 3rd down and 6 from their 48-yard line. It'll be their first 3rd down opportunity. The Ravens did not convert on their 3rd down. They were 1 for 3 on their opening drive. The Ravens did not convert on their scoring opportunity. A missed 41-yard field goal try by Justin Tucker. Now Buffalo. Will shift 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Josh Allen in the shotgun. Allen takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket, going deep. He's looking goal line. He overthrows his man. Well covered on the play. Marcus Peters was deep along with Deshaun Elliott. And the Ravens defense forces Josh Allen off the field after he fails to connect with Stephon Diggs on the home run ball.
Well, it was good coverage across the board right there. The Ravens were in man-to-man, single high safety, brought 5 on the rush, and just nowhere to go with the football. He had to try to just lay it up to his top playmaker, but in double coverage with the corner and the safety converging, nowhere to go with that one.
So Corey Bohorquez will punt to Devin Duvernay. A deep punt. Duvernay takes it with a fair catch at the 10-yard line, and that's where the Ravens offense will have it for a second time tonight as we remain locked in a scoreless tie. 6:17 to play here in the opening quarter. Jerry Sandusky, Dennis Pitta with you live from the Verizon broadcast booth. All right, Dennis, we've seen each offense now. The mystery is gone. We know the Ravens are going to want to run the ball. The Bills are going to throw the ball. So no real surprises from what we anticipated coming into tonight, would you say?
No surprises at all. I mean, Buffalo's one of the top passing teams in the NFL, and the Ravens are the top rushing team in the NFL. So it's exactly how we anticipated this game going. The Ravens barely attempted a pass on their first drive. Buffalo, did they run the ball on theirs? I'm not sure that they did. And so all passing on their end, exactly how we thought this game would go. And listen, I just think you have to find a way to make life uncomfortable for Josh Allen. If he can just stand back there and have time to throw, it's going to be a long day for the Ravens defense. But so far, they've played well in the back end. We're able to get off the field there on third down.
Last year in Week 14, the Ravens sacked Allen 6 times, hit him 12 times. So far, his jersey is clean. 1st and 10 Ravens at their 10. Crowd of about 6,700 on hand in Orchard Park, New York. Ravens punch 3 receivers to the right. Now Willie Snead comes in motion to the left. Jackson takes the snap. He wants to throw. Steps up, pumps once, pumps twice. He'll tuck and run. Gets across the 10, 15, and steps out of bounds there with a 5-yard pickup. Good coverage by Buffalo. Good patience by Lamar. And the Ravens will have it at 2nd and 5.
And this is what Lamar has done so well as of late. The latter part of this season is when the pass isn't there, he's not sitting, he's not waiting, he's getting out of the pocket, he's making a positive play with his legs. And most of the time, it's been a very positive play. Most of their explosive runs have been him on pass plays, escaping the pocket and getting big gains downfield.
Jackson in the pistol wing has Gus Edwards behind him. Pat Ricard to his right. Give us to Edwards, right side, nothing there. He is stacked up and stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Harrison Phillips with the penetration on the Bills' defensive line, and the Ravens are facing a 3rd down and 5.
Well, and you see Buffalo's adjustments to that first drive. I mean, they were Swiss cheese on the very first drive of this game. The Ravens running all over them, ton of space to run. Now Buffalo's bringing some run blitzes, filling a lot of those gaps, and being able to play tougher against these running backs in this rushing attack on this drive.
Ravens punch 2 receivers to the right. Dobbins sets to the right of Lamar Jackson, who drops to throw on 3rd and 5. Pocket collapsing. Jackson bouncing around the pocket. Now he scrambles to his left, tucks back in the pocket, throws across the middle, and it's dropped by J.K. Dobbins at the 25-yard line after Lamar Jackson did a remarkable job of extending the play. Dobbins leaves it on the turf, and the punt team will come on.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate drop because Lamar Jackson was magical on that play in particular. He had nowhere to go. He was bottled up. He was buying time left and right. Realized he couldn't get out of the pocket, got his eyes back downfield. Somehow finds the wide open Dobbins, but Dobbins unable to corral. I mean, it was a perfect pass right in his chest, one you have to have for a 1st down and extend the drive, but unfortunately they don't make it.
Sam Cook standing back in the Ravens 1 will punt to Andre Roberts. Cook gets it off cleanly. High end over end punt that gets caught in the wind and sails out of bounds shy of the Ravens 35 or 40-yard line. They're going to mark this one at the 39-yard line of the Ravens.
Wow. You don't see that very often.
Completely took control of that one from Sam Cook, and Buffalo will have great field position when we come back. 4:44 to play. First quarter in Buffalo. It's scoreless on the Ravens Game Day Network.
When life turns upside down, we tend to wish things would just get back to normal. But should we? At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're challenging ourselves to change in ways that meet this moment and the ones to come. Because that's what you do when people's health is in your hands. Get back to normal? No, not us. We're getting back to better. Find out how at carefirst.com. Care First. It's not just our name, it's our promise.
Now's a great time to go Toyota for reliability, value, and style. And RAV4 is the #1 selling SUV in America over the last year, with available all-wheel drive in gas or hybrid models. Now get up to $1,000 cash back from Toyota through February 1st. For more offers, shop Toyota's official website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. Then see your Toyota dealer. Go Toyota, and let's go places.
Healthcare for life. Hundreds to more than $1,000 per month in disability compensation and tens of thousands for college tuition. These are just some of the Department of Veterans Affairs benefits that may be available to Baltimore area veterans. VA is focused on customer service like never before. See why veterans' trust in VA reached an all-time high. Claim the benefits you've earned at choose.va.gov. That's choose.va.gov.
I love your new deck, Ann.
Thanks, John. Long Fence took 20% off.
Wow. Wish they gave that deal on fences.
They'll give you 20% off your new fence, too.
Wait, so Long Fence takes 20% off any deck or fence?
Yep. They'll come to your house and find out exactly what you want and give you a free estimate.
Well, enjoy your great deck.
You're leaving the party?
I'm going to go call Long Fence.
Get 20% off any deck or fence at longfence.com.
The flagship of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
Special teams usually a huge strength for the Ravens, struggling here in the opening quarter after a missed 41-yard field goal by Justin Tucker. Sam Cook with a 23-yard punt that the wind grabbed a hold of, pushed out of bounds, and now Buffalo will start its drive at the Ravens' 38-yard line. 4:44 to play, first quarter. We are scoreless here on the Ravens Game Day Network, presented by Geico. So the pressure falls to the Ravens defense. Josh Allen stands in the shotgun. Play action. Quick toss, complete, 30-yard line. That's Stephon Diggs down to the 25 and wrestled to the turf at the 22-yard line by Chuck Clark. But not before a 15-yard pickup and a Bills first down. That puts the ball comfortably in field goal range.
Well, the Bills went with play action right there. I'm not sure how much good play action does when you haven't run the ball yet in this game and nobody really thinks you're going to try it very many times. But just a timing route on the outside. Too much space given to Stephon Diggs. Now, I understand you have to respect his speed and his ability to catch the ball downfield, but you can't give him free access like that and allow him just to run an 8-yard speed out with no contention and an easy completion.
First and 10 from the Ravens 22. Josh Allen to throw. Backs up. Looking to the left. Backs up further. He's hit. Steps out of a sack. Lobs the ball down to the near sideline. Incomplete. Just got rid of it after Tyus Bowser applied the pressure, but a flag is down. 3:52 left in the opening quarter.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 92, defense. 15 yards will be added to the end of the play. First down.
We call that a Justin Matabike. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Matabike put his hands on Josh Allen's shoulder pads, and Allen just did a total flop. In the NBA, he'd be suspended.
Yeah, you'd get fined for that in the NBA for sure.
That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, Matabike's got to be smart enough not to put his hands on the quarterback. But that's a patty cake first down that puts the ball at the Ravens' 11-yard line. Allen out of the gun. Singletary to his left. Takes the snap. Quick release. It's batted down at the line. Tyus Bowser got a hand on it. 2nd and 10 coming up. To go back to the Matabike play. There's no reason for Matabike to put his hands on Josh Allen. So that's a rookie mistake. But come on.
Yeah, there's one thing about protecting the quarterback, and that's a whole different level right there. I mean, you, to your earlier point, yes, you have to be smart enough in that case. The ball's gone. There's no reason to touch him. Don't give a referee an excuse to throw a flag. But regardless, I mean, this is football, and he barely touched him, and he flopped, and you get a flag on it.
Allen throws complete at the line of scrimmage to Devin Singletary, who's taken down after a short gain at the 10-yard line by Marcus Peters. And the Bills will be looking at a 3rd down and 9 with 3:33 to play in the opening quarter. We are scoreless. The Ravens had an impressive drive to start this game, and then Justin Tucker missed a 41-yard field goal. They held Buffalo to a 3-and-out on their first possession, but a short Sam Cook punt has given the Bills great field position here. 3rd down and 9 from the Ravens' 10. Josh Allen in the shotgun. Singletary to his right. 2 receivers left. Allen looks to throw. Fires to the end zone. Incomplete. Off the hands of Gabriel Davis, who was covered by Marlon Humphrey.
And that was close.
On a cold, windy night, that ball was just a little too hot to handle for Gabriel Davis, who had the inside route.
And that's a ball Gabriel Davis should catch. That's a very accurate ball thrown by Josh Allen right there. And Gabriel Davis is a rookie, and he's had a great rookie season. 7 touchdowns on the season. He normally brings that one in, but unfortunately he dropped it there, and they settle for a field goal.
Tyler Bass's field goal try from 21 is good, and the Bills strike first. 2:57 to play first quarter. It's Buffalo 3, the Ravens nothing on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Healthcare for life. Hundreds to more than $1,000 per month in disability compensation and tens of thousands for college tuition. These are just some of the Department of Veterans Affairs benefits that may be available to Baltimore area veterans. VA is focused on customer service like never before. See why veterans' trust in VA reached an all-time high. Claim the benefits you've earned at choose.va.gov. That's choose.va.gov.
Geico knows there are many reasons why you ride. From the exciting adventure of the daily commute to the peace of mind that Geico always has your back with 24/7 access to claim service and legendary customer service. But Pamela Mund had one reason in particular.
My skin is extremely averse to most fabrics, except for the soft, buttery feeling of leather. Thankfully, I found my clan of leather lovers in the biking community. It's been life-changing.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Hey Ravens fans, the reviews are in for Heritage, and you've given us 4.5 stars. With your selection, your terms, and your peace of mind, Heritage is car buying your way. Right now, get your best deals at the Heritage Employee Pricing Event. You pay what Heritage employees pay on any new or pre-owned vehicle in stock through January 31st. Buy it your way at Heritage. Online at heritagedealers.com. Go Ravens!
It's your heritage. When life turns upside down, we tend to wish things would just get back to normal. But should we? At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're challenging ourselves to change in ways that meet this moment and the ones to come. Because that's what you do when people's health is in your hands. Get back to normal? No, not us. We're getting back to better. Find out how at carefirst.com. Care First. It's not just our name, it's our promise.
WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL app.
Tyler Bass's 28-yard field goal is good, and the Bills are in front. 3-0 Buffalo. And that was set up by a 23-yard Ravens punt that gave the ball to the Bills in great field goal position. Buffalo limited to 3 by the Ravens defense, so now Tyler Bass will kick off. And Lamar Jackson of the Ravens offense, we'll see if they can't put their first points of the divisional playoff game on the board.
And I think you have to consider that last defensive possession a win for the Ravens, because essentially getting the ball on the 38-yard line, that's a turnover for the defense. Having to deal with that situation and coming out, limiting them to 3 points is a big win.
Bass's kick carries in and out of the end zone for a touchback, and the Ravens will have it at the 25-yard line. Well, Lamar Jackson so far, 2 of 3 passing for 12 yards. He's run the ball 4 times for 19 yards. Gus Edwards has led the way on the ground, 4 carries, 23 yards. And the Ravens, as expected, going with a run-first approach. Buffalo has eschewed the run entirely. The Bills have not run the ball 1 time in the opening quarter.
They have play actions twice.
Which is kind of odd.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation. Lamar Jackson takes the snap. Gives it to Gus Edwards. Running off right tackle. Ball comes loose, but the Ravens fall on it at the 28-yard line. And that was the Matt Skura with a huge save as the ball came loose from Gus Edwards. And before there was any drama, Matt Skura was right on top of it. A fumble there, and that was a fumble because the ball came out before Gus Edwards was down. Josh Norman punched it out. A fumble there deep in Ravens territory could have been catastrophic.
Yeah, fortunate to get it back. And that's always what the linemen are taught. Be around the football so that when the ball does come out, you're able to jump on it. Matt Skura doing a nice job there.
Lamar Jackson wants to throw on second down. Looks right, nothing there. Runs left. Still running to the left. Tucks it. Gets around the corner at the 30. And he's forced out of bounds at the 31-yard line by A.J. Klein. The Ravens will be looking at a 3rd down and 4.
And Lamar Jackson came out of this one, wanted to go right away to Mark Andrews on the right side of the formation, running a quick out, but good coverage there. Nowhere to go with the football. Extends the play and gets what he can for a minimal gain.
Mark Andrews, the obvious target. The Ravens 5-2 this year in games when Mark Andrews has 5 or more receptions. So there's an obvious motivation to get him the ball. On 3rd down and 4, Jackson in the gun, Andrews in the backfield. Now Gus Edwards shifts to the backfield, and Andrews goes to the left wing. Jackson will take the snap. Quarterback sweep to the right, and he powers his way forward, but is taken down after a very short gain, far shy of the 1st down. Tremaine Edmonds tracked him down after a gain of maybe a half a yard. And the Ravens are looking at a 4th and 4. Well, it's a simple quarterback power.
Yeah, quarterback power, trying to capture the edge, block down, and kick out with your puller around the edge. But Edmonds does a nice job, and he's got a lot of speed at the linebacker position, so he's able to run Lamar Jackson down laterally and limit him for no gain.
And a flag prior to the snap. Going to back the Ravens up 5 yards.
Start. Number 46, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
It's Morgan Cox, who's the long snapper. So they're going to say he false started with the ball. And we saw in the last punt by Sam Cook that the wind is vicious. If you catch one of those gusts, it limited him to a 23-yard punt last time. You don't want to be giving up 5 yards. Backs the Ravens up to their 26. Sam Cook gets it off cleanly. This one will take a Ravens bounce at the 35. It's picked up at the 29-yard line, but it touched a Raven at the 35. It hit off Chris Moore, so that's where they're going to spot the ball. The returner for the Bills alertly saw it bounced off of a Raven, so he picked it up. It's a free ball at that point. Once it has touched the kicking team member, a receiving team member can pick the ball up. He could run it 80 yards if he wanted, fumble it, turn it over, and it still goes back to the spot where it is touched by the kicking team.
Yeah, it's kind of a funky rule, but
it really is.
It's a smart play by the returner because as soon as it's touched, you know there's no repercussions. You can go up and try and field that ball, and if you bobble it, if you lose it, whatever happens, there's no consequence, no negative consequences for you in that case. So you're able to preserve some yardage by just going up and making sure that ball doesn't roll out any further.
A 37-yard punt by Sam Cook. They're going to spot it at the Buffalo 37. And with 32 seconds left in the opening quarter, the Bills offense back on the field, working with a 3-0 lead. Lamar Jackson and the offense, strong opening drive, but they have not been able to get out of the gate since. Josh Allen in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Deep drop, throwing deep, near sideline. He's got a man there, and he overthrows Stephon Diggs at the 15. Diggs had a step on the coverage. He got behind Marcus Peters before the safety help could come over top. And Josh Allen knows he missed him.
Yeah, that was a touchdown. If that ball is well thrown and on target, Stephon Diggs had about 5 yards behind the corner, just on a go route on the outside, and he got some serious separation right there. Just Josh Allen sailed it on him. You don't know if that's the wind or just the adrenaline rushing. He just threw that one way too far for his intended receiver.
Second down at 10 out of the empty backfield. Allen under pressure, running to the right, being tracked down, slings it to the near sideline. It is complete at the 48-yard line. John Brown with a reception, an 11-yard gain, and a Bills first down that will likely close out the opening quarter.
And Josh Allen, this is where he excels, getting out of the pocket, extending the play. And I think against a right-handed quarterback like this, I think you have to find a way. If he's going to get out of the pocket, make him run left. Make him have to flip his hips and make it more of an awkward throw out to his left instead of being able to escape to the right, throw nicely on the run without any pressure in his face, and throw an accurate ball for a first down. And keep in mind, John Brown, this is a guy who was with the Ravens, a very talented receiver, kind of lost in this arsenal of receivers that they have, a tremendous talent, able to get the first down.
And it brings us to the end of the first quarter with Buffalo in front 3-0 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Hi, Dan McLaughlin here from Baby Home Care. While 2020 presented many challenges, I'd like to share something positive that came from it. As we adapted delivering home medical equipment to our patients following CDC guidelines, we found videos to be a great way to educate them on the safe use and care of our equipment after delivery. Some of our associates even took it upon themselves to film their own. Nothing fancy, but effective, and patients benefit. Whether you're with our company or not, I invite you to visit our website, babyhomecare.com, and click on the video tab at the top of the page. Use this as a resource. Thank you, and be safe.
Brought to you by Horseshoe Casino Baltimore, the official casino partner of the Baltimore Ravens. Come by to join the world's premier loyalty program, Caesars Rewards, and enjoy the many benefits Horseshoe has to offer. Sign up to get the exclusive Ravens card and also get 3 free gifts. New members receive food and beverage credits, free play up to $100, and a hotel accommodation. See Caesars Rewards for complete details. Must be 21 years or older to gamble. No one to stop before you start. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Geico knows there are many reasons why you ride. From the exciting adventure of the daily commute to the peace of mind that Geico always has your back with 24/7 access to claim service and legendary customer service. But Pamela Mund had one reason in particular.
My skin is extremely averse to most fabrics, except for the soft, buttery feeling of leather. Thankfully, I found my clan of leather lovers in the biking community. It's been life-changing.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The home of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
3-0 Buffalo in front of the Ravens as we begin the second quarter. Orchard Park, New York, divisional playoff game. The stars of the show, classmates from the NFL draft class of 2018. Josh Allen, 7th player taken overall. Lamar Jackson, 32nd player taken in that first round. One of those quarterbacks is taking his team to the AFC Championship game with a win tonight. Ball is at the Buffalo 48. Bills moving from our right to left. 1st and 10. Josh Allen, empty backfield. Ravens rush 4. Allen with time, fires far sideline. He's got John Brown at the 32-yard line. And they'll mark him inbounds and complete at the 31. That was just too easy for Josh Allen.
Too easy. And right before the break, we talked about John Brown and his ability on the field. I mean, this is their leading receiver last year.
Josh Allen throwing deep near sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Gabriel Davis that time, well covered by Anthony Averett. It'll be 2nd and 10. Back to John Brown.
Yeah, he's a guy that you just have to account for. This was their leading receiver last year. This is a guy who, when he was here at the Ravens, you talk to any coach, and they thought he was a top 5 wide receiver talent. That's how much respect they had for him. And so now he's in Buffalo. He had a tremendous year last year. He's been on IR part of this season, kind of the forgotten man like we mentioned. You have Stephon Diggs, who's had such a monster year, but John Brown's that guy that can be a huge factor in this game, and we've already seen it so far.
Tight end Knox shifts to the backfield. Josh Allen wants to throw out of the shotgun. Screen pass goes to Singletary, crosses the 30, loses his footing, and is tapped down by L.J. Fort at the 29-yard line. And now Buffalo will be looking at a 3rd down and 8.
And that's the closest thing to a run play I think we've seen so far is just a screen pass out to the right side. And they're not even pretending what they want to do in this game. They want to throw the football. You'll see an occasional draw play. You'll see an occasional screen pass like we saw there as an extension of their pseudo-run game. But it is all on Josh Allen's shoulders. It's in his hands to win this football game.
Buffalo with 13 offensive plays, all passes. This will be 14 out of the empty backfield. Allen takes the snap. No blitz coming. Steps up, runs to the right, extending the play. He'll be forced out of bounds, shy of the 1st down. L.J. Fort shoving Josh Allen out of bounds at the 25. And now Buffalo looking at a 4th and 4. And we'll see if Bills head coach Sean McDermott is going to trot Tyler Bass on for a second field goal try, which he will do.
Well, a good job of the Ravens getting off the field. I know you're giving them a field goal attempt here, but I think keeping them out of the end zone is huge in this game. This is the number 2 rated offense in the NFL. If you can just limit them to field goals, eventually your offense is going to get it going and be able to get in the end zone.
43-yard try, Tyler Bass. No good. He pushed it wide right. And the lead remains Buffalo 3, Ravens nothing on the Ravens Game Day Network.
For more than 100 years, Chesapeake Employers Insurance has been helping Maryland businesses keep their workers safe. With competitive pricing and an AM Best A- financial strength rating, it's no surprise that Chesapeake Employers is Maryland's largest writer of workers' comp insurance.
At the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
Connect with your agent or visit CEIWC.com.
Planning a move? Von Paris Moving and Storage will handle all the details. Whether your move is within the state of Maryland, across the country, or overseas, Von Paris can customize their services to meet your needs and budget. Their relocation experts will provide a free no-obligation estimate and answer any questions or concerns about your upcoming household or office moving requirements. Call Von Paris Moving and Storage today at 410-888-8500 or visit VonParis.com. Von Paris, always going the extra mile since 1892. Proud to be the official mover of the Baltimore Ravens.
Hey, it's your home, and I need to ask you a few favors. In the kitchen, there's a spider stuck between the window and the screen, and I know it's dead, and technically it's outside, but it's still freaking me out. Can you flick it out or something? Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico? Last thing, could you take the holiday decorations down? Yeah, I'm one of those.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Now's a great time to go Toyota for reliability, value, and style. And RAV4 is the #1 selling SUV in America over the last year, with available all-wheel drive in gas or hybrid models. Now get up to $1,000 cash back from Toyota through February 1st. For more offers, shop Toyota's official website for deals. Buy at Toyota.com. Then see your Toyota dealer. Go Toyota, and let's go places.
The flagship of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
Tyler Bass with a missed 43-yard field goal. That gives the Ravens decent field position. They'll start the drive at their 33-yard line. So these are not conditions favorable to special teams. We have seen a missed field goal from Justin Tucker from 41 yards, from Tyler Bass from 43 yards, a 23-yard punt by Sam Cook. All kicks that have had the unfortunate occurrence of running into the wind.
Yeah, and Tyler Bass is a good kicker. He's only a rookie, but he hit a 54-yarder in last week's game in the fourth quarter, which is an NFL record for a rookie in a playoff game. So he's a tremendous kicker. Tough miss.
On first down, it gives it J.K. Dobbins. Starts to sweep to the right, but the edge is sealed, and Dobbins is stuffed for no gain by Mario Addison.
And the run game's really starting to get bottled up more for the Ravens. Or the Bills making adjustments, trying to figure out how to slow the run game down. And last series they had success, and so far in this series, on first down, able to stuff J.K. Dobbins for a 1-yard gain.
So the Bills have made some defensive adjustments up front since that opening drive by the Ravens. And a whistle blown as the officials reposition the ball. They move it back just behind the 34-yard line of the Ravens. Lamar Jackson out of the empty backfield. 3 receivers left, 4 left, 1 right. Jackson, pocket collapsing, scrambles to his left, trying to extend the play, looking downfield, slings it, complete to J.K. Dobbins. Buffalo territory, 40-yard line, breaks a tackle, and he's down to the 35-yard line. A 31-yard gain by Lamar Jackson, who extended the play with his legs and finished it with his arm.
And this is so good by Lamar Jackson. It's so tough to defend because he gets out of the pocket, and instead of just tucking and running, and he's been so good just running out of the pocket for the last handful of weeks, he keeps his eyes downfield and, again, finds a wide-open J.K. Dobbins. Now, this time, J.K. Dobbins is able to corral it.
Snap goes between Lamar Jackson's legs. He picks it up on the run. Back in the Ravens' 40-yard line. He heaves it downfield, and it is incomplete. Mark Andrews tried to make the catch tumbling out of bounds. What an athletic play by Lamar Jackson to avoid a disaster on a snap that went low between his legs. We pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ravens Game Day Network.
WBAL WIYY HD2 Baltimore.
WBAL News Radio 1090 FM 101.5.
Pat McCary left that snap low and on the turf. It's skidded into Ravens territory. Jackson picked it up, but could not complete the pass, but he avoids a huge loss. 2nd and 10, 5 seconds on the play clock. Jackson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, tries to keep it on the read option. A flag is down as Jackson is taken down after a short gain by Mario Addison. Pick up maybe a yard on the play. Carl Jeffers is our referee.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
So that's 2 Bills penalties that have negated poor plays by the Ravens. A 4th down stop by Buffalo in the first quarter. And then a nice run stop by the Bills there on Lamar Jackson. That'll put the ball at the Buffalo 30-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Pistol formation. Gus Edwards behind Jackson. Give us to the bus, and he's going to be hit, but somehow knifes forward to the 28-yard line. He was hit back at the 32. And Gus Edwards, with an athletic move, picking up a couple of positive yards when it looked for sure he would suffer a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, pretty good effort there by Gus, but the Bills are bailing the Ravens out quite a bit with these offsides. On the 4th down, could have gotten a turnover on downs, allowed them to extend that drive. And then there, instead of 3rd and long, they jump off sides, give them a 2nd and 5, and now set up a 3rd and 3, a very manageable 3rd and 3 here. Potentially 4th down territory again for the Ravens.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down, steps up in the pocket, fires. It's deflected, I believe, and incomplete. It was intended for Mark Andrews. That ball came wobbling towards Andrews. Matt Milano had the coverage. I couldn't tell if the ball just came poorly out of the hand of Lamar Jackson or if it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Either way, it is 4th and 3, and Justin Tucker is on for his 2nd field goal try of the evening. This will be a 46-yard try from the left hash mark. He missed from 41 in the first quarter. Tucker from 46. This one is heading off the right upright. No good. He hit the left upright in the first quarter, the right upright in the second quarter. And the Ravens remain scoreless. 10:56 to play in the first half in Buffalo. It remains the Bills 3, Ravens nothing on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Dear Baltimore hometown heroes, we'd like to thank you. Cigna is proud to present this year's Hometown Hero, and we congratulate you on all you do. You are frontline workers, military veterans, and members of our community that work to keep us safe and connected. And you are showing kindness and compassion that raises the bar for hometown heroes everywhere. The Ravens and Cigna stand side by side to honor you all season long. And remember, everyone can still nominate their own hometown hero for the 2021 season by visiting the Ravens Flock Contest page on BaltimoreRavens.com.
MedStar Health is the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens and you. So whether you're coaching from the sidelines or from the stands, whether you're kicking a field goal or trying to kick the flu, whether you're playing the game of your life or just living your best life, you deserve the same top-notch care we give the Baltimore Ravens. And a healthcare partner that understands inside every human body lives a human being. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Hey, Ravens fans, the reviews are in for Heritage, and you've given us 4.5 stars. With your selection, your terms, and your peace of mind, Heritage is car buying your way. Right now, get your best deals at the Heritage Employee Pricing Event. You pay what Heritage employees pay on any new or pre-owned vehicle in stock through January 31st. Buy it your way at Heritage. Online at heritagedealers.com. Go Ravens!
It's your heritage.
Brought to you by Horseshoe Casino Baltimore, the official casino partner of the Baltimore Ravens. Come by to join the world's premier loyalty program, Caesars Rewards, and enjoy the many benefits Horseshoe has to offer. Sign up to get the exclusive Ravens card and also get 3 free gifts. New members receive food and beverage credits, free play up to $100, and a hotel accommodation. See Caesars Rewards for complete details. Must be 21 years or older to gamble. No one to stop before you start. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL app.
Well, if 2020 didn't show you enough things you can't believe, 2021 has a few early surprises like Justin Tucker missing his first 2 field goal tries tonight in Buffalo. 41-yarder in the first quarter went off the left upright. The 46-yard try in the second quarter goes off the right upright.
And I think the wind is having a bigger factor than we can even tell in this game. There's been 3 field goals missed between both teams in the first 20 minutes of this game.
And that miss gives Buffalo the ball at the Bills' 36. Josh Allen in the gun. Singletary to his right. Ravens with 5 along the defensive front. Now 6, now 7. But they'll only rush 4. Allen with time. Steps up, looking left, throws, and it is caught at the 46-yard line. That's Stephon Diggs with an 11-yard reception and a Bills first down. Way too much time for Josh Allen.
Too much time is right. And you see Wink Martindale's approach. We know how good Josh Allen is against the blitz, and they're not wanting to blitz him at all.
Allen again to throw, slips, loses his footing, bounces back up, runs to the right, and has to sling the ball to the sideline where it is caught by John Brown. An unbelievable play. Josh Allen loses his footing, falls to the turf, jumps back up, scrambles to the right, and hits his target, John Brown, at the Ravens' 43-yard line. Back-to-back first downs for the Bills.
And I think you have to start rethinking your approach defensively. I think you have to start coming after Josh Allen. To be able to get the ball, fall to the ground, in the pocket, and still have time to get up, get out to the right. And listen, Josh Allen is incredibly accurate on the run. We've already seen that so far in this game, but he has made a tremendous play right there.
Allen on the play fake, deep drop, has time, steps up, throwing deep, far sideline, incomplete. He was looking for a big hitter down at the 15-yard line with Gabriel Davis. 2nd and 10 with 9:34 to play here in the opening half. Jerry Sandusky, Dennis Pitta with you live from the Verizon broadcast booth, where Sean McDermott's Bills hold a 3-0 advantage over John Harbaugh's Ravens. Those two head coaches worked together for several years in Philadelphia on Andy Reid's staff, and now going head-to-head, likely for the right to face Andy Reid's Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. We'll find that part of the equation out tomorrow when the Chiefs play the Browns. Josh Allen's pass complete to the 41-yard line. John Brown on the reception, taken out of bounds after a 2-yard gain by Marcus Peters. 9:29 to play, first half. Bills looking at a 3rd and 8. Ball at the Ravens' 41. Buffalo has kept Josh Allen clean with picture-perfect pass protection. The Ravens have not been bringing blitz pressure. They instead have been using the personnel and coverage. But Josh Allen has had plenty of time and very little pressure in his face when it comes to throwing the ball.
Well, and if you're only going to rush 4, and sometimes 5, but mainly 4, you have to find ways to get off blocks and to disrupt their timing in the passing game. You can't just allow him to sit back there like he has and just deliver the football. And even when his first, second, third read isn't there, he's extending the play, getting out to his right, where he has been very, very accurate so far.
The pause on the action is so the medical team can take a look at Justin Madubuike, the Ravens defensive tackle who was shaken up on that last play and walking very slowly toward the Ravens bench area. Josh Allen this evening has the only Bills rushing attempt. 1 carry for 4 yards. That was just a scramble. Otherwise, it's been all passing for Buffalo. Allen 10 of 17 for 91 yards. He's gone deep a couple of times to no avail. He sets in the shotgun. He'll throw on 3rd and 8. Now the Ravens bring a blitz, and the ball is knocked loose. A fumble back in Ravens territory. Buffalo falls on it, but back at the 46-yard line as the Ravens get their first sack on Josh Allen. Yannick Ngakoue delivers, and Josh Allen looked like he may have been shaken up at the end of that play. Matt Judon and Ngakoue coming off the corners, providing the pincer move. Judon hit him from the back, Ngakoue from the front. Ball came loose. Buffalo recovered it, but back in Bills territory, the 46. And that means Corey Bojorquez will have to punt the ball back to the Ravens with 8.5 minutes to play in the opening half. Bojorquez, the lefty, hits it cleanly. Devin Duvernay's going to let this one bounce at the 5, and it's into the end zone for a touchback. Ravens have the ball at the 20-yard line when we get back. 8:17 to play. First half. Orchard Park, New York, the divisional playoff game. Buffalo 3, Ravens nothing on the Ravens Game Day Network.
MedStar Health is the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens and you. So whether you're coaching from the sidelines or from the stands, whether you're kicking a field goal or trying to kick the flu, whether you're playing the game of your life or just living your best life, let's go! You deserve the same top-notch care we give the Baltimore Ravens. And a healthcare partner that understands inside every human body lives a human being. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Need a new roof or roof repair but not sure who to call? Are you looking for elite service without having to spend elite money? Look no further than Roofing by Elite, Maryland's most trusted roofing company since 1999. Winter's just around the corner, so don't get blindsided by old man winter. Get your roof repaired or replaced now by contacting Roofing by Elite on the web at roofingbyelite.com or check it out on Twitter at FixMyRoof52. And use code Hollywood for 20% off of a roof repair or roof replacement.
Right now at Subway restaurants, you can get 2 big subs for a very special price because for a limited time, when you buy 2 foot-long subs in the app or online, they're only $5 each. And each one is made on your choice of bread with any veggies and sauces you want. Get 2 of the same footlongs or mix it up and try something new. Either way, footlongs are just $5 each when you buy 2 in the app or online. But only for a limited time and only at Subway restaurants. At participating restaurants, app and online orders only. Additional charge for extras plus tax. No additional discounts or coupons not valid for delivery.
Planning a move? Von Paris Moving and Storage will handle all the details. Whether your move is within the state of Maryland, across the country, or overseas, Von Paris can customize their services to meet your needs and budget. Their relocation experts will provide a free no-obligation estimate and answer any questions or concerns about your upcoming household or office moving requirements. Call Von Paris Moving and Storage today at 410-888-8500 or visit vonparis.com. Von Paris, always going the extra mile. Since 1892, proud to be the official mover of the Baltimore Ravens.
The home of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
Well, the Ravens bring blitz pressure and get the first sack of the game. That is a sack for science powered by Constellation. For each sack made by the Ravens during this season, Constellation sends a group of students to visit the Power Up exhibit at the Maryland Science Center. And the sack forces the punt. The Ravens will take possession of their 20-yard line, trailing the Bills 3-0. 8:17 to play here in the opening half. Jerry Sandusky, Dennis Pitta with you live from the Verizon broadcast booth. Buffalo Bills looking to go to the AFC Championship game for the first time since 1994. Ravens looking to make the trip for the first time since Dennis Pitta was a part of the active roster back in 2012.
Hey, those are some good times.
Trying to extend new memories. Jackson on first down, play action, looks over the middle, nothing there. Pocket collapsing. He is hit and dropped back at the 11-yard line. Jerry Hughes with the sack. And the Ravens are backed up to start the drive.
And I think right there, Lamar Jackson just spent too much time trying to find something downfield. I think he would have been better served going through his first couple progressions and then getting out and trying to make a play with his legs. Right there, he tried to force the issue downfield, tried to stay in the pocket, extend it as long as he could, and ultimately paid the price with a big sack.
Second down and 19 for the Ravens from their 11-yard line. Jackson drops the throw. Now he'll tuck and run. Crosses the 10, 15, 20. 25, stumbling at the 30 and gets out of bounds at the 32-yard line, but a flag is down. And this likely is going to be a holding call on the Ravens that will negate the first down.
Number 72, offense, after distance to the goal, repeat second down.
So instead of the Ravens getting the ball out at the 32-yard line with a first down, the hold on Ben Powers is going to back the Ravens up into the shadow of the goalpost.
And it's a good call, unfortunately. Powers with the hold as the defender tried to disengage to make the play on Lamar Jackson. That's when you have to have the sense to let him go. As soon as you restrict his disengagement from the blocker, that's where you get into trouble and makes it an easy call for the official.
And it puts the Ravens into a 2nd and 24. Gus Edwards will split out wide to the right. Jackson in an empty backfield. And a whistle and flag prior to the snap as there was movement along the line, and the Ravens are going to get backed up closer to the goal line.
False start. Number 89, offense, after distance to the goal, second down.
So this drive, which started at the Ravens' 20-yard line, is now back to the Ravens' 3-yard line, and they're looking at a 2nd and 27.
And Jerry, right before this drive, you said, I feel like something good's going to happen.
Did I?
They just got a strip sack, forced the punt, and unfortunately they're moving backwards right now. I had that same sense. You felt like they had a little bit of momentum. They were poised to grab it, move the ball downfield, get points finally on the board, but...
And again a flag prior to the snap. The Bills say the Ravens threw them off.
Start. Number 77, offense, after distance to the goal, second down.
3 consecutive plays with penalties, and the Ravens are now at the 1.5-yard line. It's 2nd and 28.
And now you have to worry about just getting the ball out of the shadows of your own end zone and trying to salvage enough space to punt the ball away. Hopefully you don't get tackled for any kind of a loss and have to worry about a safety of any kind. But a tough start to this drive.
Ravens go to the power formation. Gus Edwards in the backfield. Jackson play action. Throws to Pat Ricard out of the backfield. Crosses the 10-yard line and gets to the 12 as he runs over Tremaine Edmonds. Got about 10 on the play. Sets up a 3rd down and 18. With 5:55 left to play in the first half. Buffalo in front of the Ravens. 3-0.
And I really like that last play call. Everybody in the world thinks that you're going to just hand off, try and get a couple yards in the run game, but you play action, hard play action, kick it out to your fullback Pat Ricard, and they get some space, some breathing room backed up in their own end zone on this 3rd down.
Ricard had 3 receptions in the wild card game as his first here in the divisional game. 3rd and 18, Jackson to throw out of the empty backfield. Fires down the middle, and it is caught out of the 32-yard line. Hollywood Brown, and that's a first down for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson fighting the wind delivered a perfect throw, and Hollywood Brown reels it in.
Well, maybe something good is going to come on this drive after all. We didn't think so a couple plays ago, but a terrific play call. You have deep crossers with using the speed of Hollywood Brown getting across the field, and he's just so tough to run with. He outruns Micah Hyde on the back end and makes a good, tough, contested catch and a good throw by Lamar Jackson.
1st and 10 Ravens at their 33. To the ground game. Dobbins, left side's got a seam, crosses the 40, spins his way backpedaling to the 45, and it's a first down for the Ravens. It looked like he was going to get down. He spins, and then he hit the pile. He backpedals, kept backpedaling, and he backpedals his way like a defensive back. An extra 7 yards on the run, and the Ravens move the chains on back-to-back plays.
Well, in that big conversion on 3rd and 18, got a lot of confidence into the Ravens offense, gave them some momentum, and they're continuing to ride this momentum. Terrific run, tough, hard-nosed run by J.K. Dobbins for another first down.
On first down, Lamar Jackson will keep it on the read option. Starts to the right, nothing there, and he's going to be bottled up and dropped back at the 42-yard line. Trent Murphy had the edge set on Lamar Jackson, the former member of the Washington football team. And did not give Jackson the ability to come back inside when Lamar tried to juke him. He didn't buy, and he drops Lamar for a loss of a couple. And the Ravens are looking at a 2nd and 13. Jackson in the shotgun, 3:31 on the clock. Wants to throw, blitz pressure coming. Jackson slings it just shy of Mark Andrews at the Bills' 45. He had to get rid of it because he had blitz pressure coming on the backside. And the Ravens looking at a 3rd and 14. They've converted only 2 of 7 on 3rd down here in the opening half in Buffalo.
Well, the Bills very fortunate right there that they got in Lamar Jackson's face enough to disrupt that pass because Mark Andrews is wide open. There's not a Bills defender within 10 yards on either side of him. And if he could just get the ball out there far enough instead of throwing it into the ground short of Mark Andrews, he makes that catch and gets a potentially huge gain out of the play.
Instead, the Ravens have a 3rd and 14 at their 42. Jackson, blitz pressure coming, steps up, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He was looking for a Hollywood Brown at the Buffalo 40, and he had a wall of Bills in his face. Tremaine Edmonds drops him to the turf. The Ravens will have to punt the ball back to Buffalo with 3:20 to play in the opening half.
And they came after him right there. They were not going to let Lamar Jackson sit back in the pocket. They brought a cover 0 blitz, meaning no deep safeties, man-on-man on the outside, everybody else is rushing, and forced the incompletion.
Sam Cook's punt will be taken back to the 10-yard line. Andre Roberts weaves his way across the 15 and is stacked up at the 18-yard line where the Bills have the ball with 3:07 to play in the opening half. Buffalo has all 3 of its timeouts to work with and the 2-minute warning. And the Bills operating with a 3-0 first half lead. Lamar Jackson here in the opening half, 5 of 10 passing for 75 yards. He's run the ball 7 times, but for only 18 yards. Take you back to week 14 a year ago in Buffalo. The Bills limited Lamar Jackson to only 40 yards rushing on the entire game.
Yeah, and Buffalo's done a nice job in this game really limiting Lamar. He's had a couple scrambles out of the pocket, but for the most part in the run game, on some of those designed read option plays, there just hasn't been much room at all for him to run. And like you just mentioned, they did a good job bottling him up a year ago when they matched up against him. Sean McDermott and company always coming with a good game plan to limit Lamar as much as they possibly can.
Storyline so far has been the win wreaking havoc on special teams. 3 missed field goals in this game between the 2 teams. Bills will run the ball. Singletary gets it out to the 20-yard line. And Devin Singletary in the first true running play for the Bills here in the opening half will get only 2 yards.
Bills catching everybody off guard with a rare run play right there. Able to get 3 yards on first down. I think you just have to find a way to run the football no matter who you are. Even if you have Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, all these great quarterbacks need some pressure taken off of their shoulders, especially a young guy in his first divisional game, playoff game. You got to find a way to run the football and help him out.
Allen off the play fake, wants to throw over the middle, complete to his tight end, Dawson Knox, and Knox is taken down at the 25-yard line. Jimmy Smith on the tackle, and that will put Buffalo into a 3rd down and 3. With 2:10 left to play in the half, clock is winding. Josh Allen hurries the Bills to the line, trying to get a play off before the 2-minute warning. No, he's just going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning because he couldn't get the Ravens to jump offside. 2 minutes left to play, first half in Buffalo. Our score remains Bills 3, Ravens nothing on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Never cut corners, Baltimore. Ravens football is here, and Lido Pizza's got a deal for you. Get a famously square 18-inch one-topping Lido pizza and an Italian salad, plus 6 jumbo wings for only $29.99. Lido Pizza is Maryland's homegrown square pizza and proud partner of the Baltimore Ravens. Order online at LidoPizza.com. Lido Pizza is square because Lido Pizza never cuts corners. Lido Pizza, a proud partner of your Baltimore Ravens.
Your commute and your workday probably look a little different these days. A new work setting shouldn't mean compromising productivity or security. Is your technology keeping pace with the change? The tools you need to conduct business may be drastically different from last year. Whether you're in the office, at the kitchen table, or catching up on emails during the game, visit advancedstuff.com/98rock to discover technology solutions that could help your team work successfully from anywhere, both today and in the future. Advanced Business Systems. We live and breathe this stuff.
This is Sarah. Leave a message.
Hey, Sarah, I wanted to catch you before you left. Don't come to our house for the party. There's been a change in plans. We got into some twisted tea, hard iced teas, and one thing led to another. And now we're at the billionaire's house, baby. Yes, the one with the airstrip. Look, the password at the gate is lobster. You gotta get here. Whoa, that's a llama.
Twisted tea. Keep it twisted! Please drink responsibly.
When the Ravens win, Highs scoops for free. Become a Highs Rewards member to receive a free victory scoop of Highs' famous super premium ice cream the day after a win. Try one of our new flavors, Mooberry Oat Crumble, Fresh Peach, Mad Cow Fudge, or even an old favorite like our delicious Butter Pecan ice cream. Don't forget to pick up a quart of our Butter Brickle ice cream while you're there. Be sure to download the Highs Rewards app in the App Store or Google Play Store today.
The flagship of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
2 minutes to play, first half, Orchard Park, New York. The Bills lead the Ravens 3-0. Jerry Sandusky, Dennis Pitta with you live from the Verizon broadcast booth. It is chilly and windy. Wind chill is in the upper teens as the wind is blowing a consistent 13, 14 miles an hour in Orchard Park, with gusts in the 20s. Those gusts have had an impact on this game. Justin Tucker has missed field goal tries from 41 and 46. Bills kicker Tyler Bass has missed from 45. Tucker has missed 2 field goals 4 times in his career. He has never missed 3 field goals in a game. 3rd and 3 for Buffalo. 2 minutes to play. Ball is at the Bills' 25. Ravens showing blitz. They don't bring it. They rush 4. Josh Allen's pass is complete to Stephon Diggs. Slips out of a tackle. He's across the 40 and all the way out to the 45-yard line before L.J. Fort can bring him down. A 20-yard gain with 1:45 left to play in the half. That was a huge third down conversion for the Bills. Only their second of the first half.
And you see how tough Stephon Diggs is to match up one-on-one. He's matched up against Jimmy Smith on this one, just running a stop route on the outside, gets enough space, and then breaks a tackle and converts it into a big gain.
Out of the empty backfield, Josh Allen steps up, throws to the far side. It is incomplete. He was looking for Cole Beasley. First time he has targeted Beasley tonight. The incompletion stops the clock with 1:24.
Cole Beasley's first target tonight, but this is a guy who has 82 catches on the year, almost 1,000 yards. He's a big part of their offense and someone you have to imagine will get more involved as this game progresses. But you realize how many different weapons they have at wide receiver. We've talked about John Brown, Stephon Diggs, obviously. We haven't even mentioned Cole Beasley until just now, and he's a major part of what they do.
Brown and Diggs with 9 catches between them for over 100 yards. Allen out of the empty backfield. The Ravens bunch 6 along the defensive front, but they only rush 3. Quick toss to John Brown near sideline, 50-yard line. Steps out of bounds with the ball. Stops the clock with 1:19 left to play. And Buffalo looking at a 3rd down and 4.
Well, and I think you have to have the approach right now. Field goals are just so difficult. I mean, we've seen, 3 misses already. You have to have the approach that you just got to keep them out of the end zone. You got to keep them out from getting the ball way down into the red zone where it's either a very easy field goal or they have a chance to take shots at the end zone. You see that approach right now with the Ravens. They rushed 3 right there, dropped everybody deep into coverage. They're giving these underneath little routes right now and content with just coming up and rallying to the tackle.
But do you give up the underneath route on 3rd and 4?
You definitely don't want to here. You'd like to get them off the field.
Josh Allen.
Timeout. Buffalo. 30-second.
Is going to take a timeout. And that might be a strategic mistake by the young quarterback. Remember, the clock was already stopped because John Brown got out of bounds on the previous play. But Josh Allen was confused by something he saw in the Ravens' front. The play clock was winding down. And so the clock remains stopped, but Buffalo surrenders one of its 3 timeouts.
Yeah, not ideal if you're Buffalo. I'm sure Sean McDermott doesn't love the timeout there, but if the clock was in fact winding down and you don't have the best play, I mean, this is a huge 3rd down for the Bills, obviously, and so if you can somehow find a way to just convert here, you still have 2 more timeouts. I think Josh Allen said we could sacrifice 1 here so that we could potentially have a better chance of picking this one up.
Allen bunches 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap. Ravens rush 4. Allen throws down the middle. It's deflected, incomplete. He was looking for John Brown, and the Ravens defense comes up big. Marlon Humphrey had the coverage. And now on 4th and 4 with 1:15 left to play in the opening half, the Bills offense stays on the field.
And that actually hit off the helmet of Calais Campbell. That's why that ball was high and off target. I think at first glance you realize, why was he so off target on just a short little underneath route to John Brown? But you realize you get the big, tall Calais Campbell jumping up, so good at batting balls. That one actually goes through his arms, hits off his helmet, and the ball goes incomplete.
Huge play here. Ball at midfield. 4th and 4. Josh Allen trying to draw the Ravens offside. Play clock is at 6. And the Ravens aren't biting, and the Bills will have to take a timeout and punt the ball away with 1:15 left in the half. Good discipline by the Ravens defense as Josh Allen tried to draw them offside on a 4th and 4 to pick up the free 1st down. Instead, the Ravens defense holds. The punt team comes on, and the Ravens will get the ball back with 1:15 left in the half, but only 1 timeout to work with. And the flags above Bill Stadium in Orchard Park are just whipping in the wind right now.
Yeah,
swirling wind.
You realize how much the wind has had an impact on this game when you see an image like that. Those flags are flying.
Corey Bohorquez will punt to Devin Duvernay. With 1:15 left in the half. Bohorquez punt will bounce at the 25 and trickle out of bounds at the 26-yard line. And the Ravens offense will have 1:03 on the 1st half clock. 1 timeout to work with, trailing Buffalo 3-0. In a first half that has been punctuated by 3 missed field goals. And the wind has very much had an effect on all aspects of the special teams play. Both punters struggling to launch kicks in this wind. You almost think that from a punting perspective, you're better off just hitting a low, tight spiral, because as soon as the ball gets up near the mid-range of the goalpost or higher, you can just see the wind put a wall up on the ball that's punted. It just stops it.
Yeah, that ball right there almost went backwards once it got way up into the wind. And that's a situation where you're at midfield. Punters like to hit that end-over-end knuckleball that falls somewhere inside the 10, ideally inside the 5. And he hit that knuckleball, but as soon as it got up into that wind, that thing started coming backwards and only netted, maybe 20, 30 yards total on that particular play, 25 yards.
23 yards.
There you go. And so it's just such difficult conditions to kick in, whether you're kicking a field goal, whether you're punting. Evidence of that right there.
Both punters have had 23-yard punts that got hung up in the wind. Both kickers have missed field goals. And this showdown in the divisional playoff round that so many people prognosticated as a wild shootout is a 3-0 game with a shade more than a minute left in the opening half.
If you betted the over on this game, you're not too happy with how this first half is shaken out. And like you mentioned, a lot of people thought this would be a shootout, but it has been a defensive battle. Both defenses playing stingy, playing tough, limiting what the other team does best. And it's been a slugfest so far in this first half.
And while the Ravens ran the ball effectively on their opening drive, they have not been effective since then. Only 68 yards rushing in the first half. Buffalo, with only 2 rushing attempts, has 7 rushing yards in the first half.
And of those 2 attempts, only one was a called running play. Right. The other one was a Josh Allen scramble.
So it may not be the game you expected to see, but it's the one that we have on our hands in Orchard Park. The winner advancing to the AFC Championship game. A trip the Buffalo Bills have not made since Jim Kelly was their quarterback in 1994. Trip the Ravens haven't made since Joe Flacco was the quarterback in 2012. Lamar Jackson to throw on first down. Fires quickly and completely. Mark Andrews has it. Spins forward for a gain of about 9 to the 34-yard line. Clock winding. 53 seconds left in the half. Jackson shouts out the play to his teammates. J.K. Dobbins to his right. Jackson takes the snap. Runs to his right. Throwing deep down the middle. And he's got Hollywood Brown at the 40-yard line. And Brown is down at the 35-yard line with a huge conversion and a Ravens first down. A 30-yard gain. And you can see the wind breaking up that pass on Lamar Jackson, but he had enough arm strength behind it that it wobbled its way to Hollywood Brown, and the Ravens are going to stop the clock with their final timeout. 38 seconds left in the half. In normal conditions, you would say they're very close to field goal range. But in a half where Justin Tucker has seen the wind push the ball into both uprights, I'm not really sure what field goal range is.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. What is field goal range at this point and in this game, in these conditions? But on that play right there, Hollywood Brown did a really nice job. The ball fluttered a little bit in the wind, and he did a nice job of coming back to the football, attacking the football, making that catch, and obviously a big gain for them.
1st and 10 Ravens from the Bills 35. Jackson throws quickly, completely to Mark Andrews, who gets out of bounds at the Buffalo 30. And that will stop the clock. With 32 seconds left in the half.
And if you're the Ravens, this is where you wish you had those other 2 timeouts that you burned frivolously early in this half. But they had to use their last timeout on the last play, and now the clock is your enemy with no way to stop it other than getting out of bounds.
2nd down and 5. Jackson out of the shotgun. Bills rush 4. Jackson pocket collapsing. Throws incomplete to Miles Boykin. That's a really good play by Lamar Jackson to get rid of the ball because he cannot afford a sack there. And even if Boykin were able to make the catch on it, it would only have been about a 3-yard gain. It's better to have an incompletion there.
Yeah, I think he was trying to complete that to Boykin, but I think you're right. Had Boykin been able to make that catch, he might have gotten tackled in bounds, and that would have been disastrous. To only gain 3 yards to get tackled in bounds, and that clock, with only 27 seconds remaining, continues to churn and move. Not a good play. So good incompletion if there ever was right there.
3rd and 5. If you don't convert, you've got to get the special teams on quickly. Jackson hands it off. J.K. Dobbins sweeping to the left. He's got a first down to the 21-yard line of the Bills. Ravens can turf the ball here. The clock is winding. 18 seconds left. They scramble to the line of scrimmage. Lamar Jackson will take the snap, turfs the ball, and stops the clock with 13 seconds left in the half. And now it's decision time. So the Ravens try to avoid a first-half shutout for the first time since Lamar Jackson's rookie season when the L.A. Chargers came to Baltimore and shut out the Ravens in the first half here at M&T Bank Stadium. They have not been shut out in the first half since then. They trail 3-0. 13 seconds left in the half. Ball is at the Buffalo 21. They are out of timeouts, and the Bills are going to take their final timeout.
3rd and final. Charge timeout.
Sean McDermott and his defensive coordinator, Leslie Frazier, discuss strategy with their defensive players. Greg Roman has a tough decision to make here. So let's walk you through the scenario. The Ravens are out of timeouts. They have 13 seconds left on the clock. If they are tackled in bounds, they do not have enough time. You have to have 14 seconds to get the special teams onto the field. They do not have enough time to get Justin Tucker on for a field goal try. If they're tackled in bounds, they're going to have to sprint to the line of scrimmage and turf the ball. Otherwise, the clock will expire with no points on the board.
So if you're the Ravens, you're thinking,
take a shot passing to the end zone.
Right. I take a shot to the end zone, or I get an easy completion where I know I can get out of bounds. Those are really my only two options here.
Jackson out of the gun. Takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Fires far sideline complete. Miles Boykin steps out of bounds. Stops the clock with 8 seconds left at the Buffalo 16. And Justin Tucker will come on to try to close out the half with some points. It has been a rough half for Justin Tucker, missing from 41 and 46. Hit the uprights both times. This will be a 34-yard try. To try to tie the game. Carl Sheffer stopped the play because the booth is taking another look at the reception by Miles Boykin as to whether or not he was in bounds when he made the reception. The question is whether he had his right foot down. His left foot was clearly down. He's in bounds.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question there. I'm not sure why the stoppage.
Well, it's been such a fast-paced game. I'm sure the booth review officials just wanted to slow things down a little.
And that's always the frustration with replay. You have a good flow to a game. You've got excitement. And, of course, it just comes to a screeching halt with an unnecessary replay over a play that at one look from whatever angle you want, you can clearly see he had both feet down, possession of the football, inbounds. And shouldn't be a question.
But the net effect is
on the field stands as a catch.
As you ice the kicker, who's had a brutal first half.
And that's coming from upstairs. So you've got the NFL, New York there, icing Justin Tucker on this particular play, not the Buffalo Bills.
So this will be from the left hash mark, a 34-yard try. The wind is swirling. The flags on top of the goalpost are moving in different directions. Morgan Cox will have the snap. Sam Cook the hold. Tucker's kick is up, and it is good. He squeezes it just inside the right upright. And I mean a football width inside that upright. And the Ravens have tied the game with 4 seconds left in the opening half.
I thought we were going to get another deflection off the poster. That thing continued to move right in the wind, but just sneaks it inside. And you have tie ball game. Whole new ball game going to the half right now.
This is a kicker's nightmare in Buffalo. The flags, when Justin Tucker was kicking the ball, the flag on the left upright was going right. The flag on the right upright was going left.
And they started one direction, and they kind of moved before the ball was even kicked to a different direction. And so you can just see there's no predictability in what the wind's going to do, how it's going to move the kick, and it makes it so difficult to try and judge that as a kicker.
But with 4 seconds remaining, the Ravens are on the board, and they avoid a first-half shutout, and they tie the game at 3 apiece.
It was a good 2-minute drill there by Lamar Jackson. They got the ball with just over a minute left, only one timeout, and methodically moved the ball down the field. Big play to Hollywood Brown, and a good job just getting points there before the half. That's important.
Tucker puts that one out of the end zone for a touchback, and the Bills will likely just take a knee and take off for the locker room. Well, it was a much slower, lower scoring game than most anticipated. The Ravens with 180 yards offense, the Bills with 115. Great first half defensively for both teams. We'll see what the second half brings, as Buffalo will have the ball first when the second half gets underway. The first half is done. One half in the books in Buffalo. Not the game you may have expected today on the Ravens Game Day Network presented by Geico, but it is the game that we have and the one that we have 2 quarters left to play in at halftime. It's the Ravens 3, the Bills 3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
I love your new deck, Ann.
Thanks, John. Long Fence took 20% off.
Wow, wish they gave that deal on fences.
They'll give you 20% off your new fence, too.
Wait, so Long Fence takes 20% off any deck or fence?
Yep, they'll come to your house and find out exactly what you want and give you a free estimate.
Well, enjoy your great deck.
You're leaving the party?
I'm gonna go call Long Fence.
Get 20% off any deck or fence at longfence.com.
Are you ready for game day? Safeway has everything you need for your home gating feast. Pick up all your favorites, like wings, chips and dips, brats, burgers, beverages, and pizza. Stop by their deli and pick up fresh fried chicken, or their produce department for fresh cut fruit and veggie trays. Hey, whatever you and your crew need for the game, Safeway has you covered. Shop in-store or have it delivered right to your door at Safeway.com. As the Baltimore Ravens energy choice, Constellation is proud to support another year of Sacks for Science. For each sack made by the Ravens defense during the 2020 season, Constellation will send a school group to visit the Power Up exhibit at the Maryland Science Center. One lucky school group will win the grand prize of a behind-the-scenes tour of M&T Bank Stadium with a special guest. To learn how your school can be part of the Sacks for Science program, visit BaltimoreRavens.com/Sacks for Science.
For more than 100 years, Chesapeake Employers Insurance has been helping Maryland businesses keep their workers safe. With competitive pricing and an AM Best A- financial strength rating, it's no surprise that Chesapeake Employers is Maryland's largest writer of workers' comp insurance.
At the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
Connect with your agent or visit CEIWC.com.
WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL app. Time for the Ravens Halftime Report, presented by Geico. Here is Bobby Trossett on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Jackson takes the snap, runs to his right, throwing deep down the middle, and he's got Hollywood Brown at the 40-yard line. And Brown is down at the 35-yard line with a huge conversion and a Ravens first down.
Jerry Sandusky in the Ravens broadcast booth at halftime here on the Ravens Game Day Network. It's 3 apiece. Not exactly how we saw this one playing out. But again, it's divisional round playoffs, and all is on the line. Tough weather conditions with the wind up there at Bills Stadium in Western New York. Bobby Trossett here with you. Let's go down to M&T Bank Stadium, where Dennis Pitta and Jerry just finished up calling that first half of football remotely. And Dennis, just how much of a factor from your perspective has the wind been? We've seen a couple misses from Justin Tucker and one from Buffalo's kicker as well.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it's been a big factor. I mean, those are just kicks you don't see Justin Tucker ever miss. He's missed 2 of them off each upright. The Bills kicker, Tyler Bass, has also struggled, pushed one right, and he's a good kicker in his own right. And so I think we've seen it difficult to punt the ball in these conditions. There's been a number of punts that got hung up in the air. Both punters have a 23-yard punt. Sam Cook's 23-yard punt setting the Bills up on the 38-yard line with great field position. And so special teams and the wind affecting the special teams has played a big role in this game so far.
And Dennis, not any rushing attack whatsoever for Buffalo. They didn't even attempt to carry the ball once in the first quarter. That hasn't happened in a long time in an NFL postseason game. What are you seeing from defensive coordinator Wink Martindale's group that may be combating that?
Yeah, I think Buffalo came into this game saying, all right, the Ravens are very good defensively. Their front seven's tremendous against the run. Why would we even concern ourselves with trying to run into a brick wall, trying to run the football and wasting plays? Let's just put it on our MVP caliber quarterback, put it on his shoulders like we've been on all year, and ride him to victory. And listen, that's a tough approach because I think you have to find a way to establish the run game to keep a defense honest. Then play action works far more effectively for you when you can run the football, even if you're trying just a little bit, whether you've had success or not. And listen, this is a team, and what I'm surprised about as well is Josh Allen hasn't run the ball all that much. He had 11 rushing attempts last game against the Colts, was their leading rusher. They had 10 other rushing attempts by their running backs between Moss and Singletary, and really only, one rushing attempt, really 2 rushing attempts in the game. One was a scramble by Josh Allen. The other was an actual planned design run to Singletary. But that's clearly something that they thought they couldn't take advantage of, and they thought they could be more effective through the air, and that's what we've seen so far.
All right, Dennis. And finally, are you seeing something similar from Buffalo's defense to what you saw in Week 14 of 2019 in terms of how they're covering and maintaining and containing, really, Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They have a good game plan of how to slow down Lamar. They're certainly paying a lot of attention to him. And with these conditions, with the difficulty it is to throw the football, kick the football, all that the wind is impacting right now, I mean, you have to think, well, if we keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket and make him throw more than he wants to, you feel like you have a good chance of winning the football game. And that's what Buffalo's doing. They have a good game plan, and they've bottled him up for most of this first half.
All right, my friend, catch your breath. We're looking forward to your second half call alongside Jerry there. Talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Bobby.
Former Ravens tight end and Super Bowl champion Dennis Pitta wrapping up his first half broadcast call with Jerry Sandusky here on the Ravens Game Day Network. Much more. There wasn't a whole lot of highlights to play for you, but we do have some in this 3-3 tie at the half from Buffalo.
Coming up, the feature play of the first half from the Maryland Lottery. This is the Ravens Game Day Network.
Safeway is your headquarters for home gating. This season, when you're preparing for the next Ravens game, make sure to pick up all your favorite Ravens products, including Coca-Cola, McCormick Grill Mix, Burke's Hot Dogs, and Premio Sausage. Stop by your nearest Safeway or have your order delivered right to your doorstep. And don't forget to check out BaltimoreRavens.com for home gating special offers, contests, and recipes. Safeway is the official supermarket of the Baltimore Ravens.
Dear Baltimore hometown heroes, we'd like to thank you. Cigna is proud to present this year's Hometown Hero, and we congratulate you on all you do. You are frontline workers, military veterans, and members of our community that work to keep us safe and connected. And you are showing kindness and compassion that raises the bar for hometown heroes everywhere. The Ravens and Cigna stand side by side to honor you all season long. And remember, everyone can still nominate their own hometown hero for the 2021 season by visiting the Ravens Flock Contest page on BaltimoreRavens.com. Healthcare for life. Hundreds to more than $1,000 per month in disability compensation, and tens of thousands for college tuition. These are just some of the Department of Veterans Affairs benefits that may be available to Baltimore area veterans. VA is focused on customer service like never before. See why veterans' trust in VA reached an all-time high. Claim the benefits you've earned at choose.va.gov. That's choose.va.gov.
When life turns upside down, we tend to wish things would just get back to normal. But should we? At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're challenging ourselves to change in ways that meet this moment and the ones to come. Because that's what you do when people's health is in your hands. Get back to normal? No, not us. We're getting back to better. Find out how at carefirst.com. Care First. It's not just our name, it's our promise.
The home of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5. Now the feature play of the first half, presented by the Maryland Lottery on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Morgan Cox will have the snap. Sam Cook the hold. Tucker's kick is up, and it is good. He squeezes it just inside the right upright.
Jerry Sandusky there. Justin Tucker, that was his only make of the night. And for the first time since 2015, though, the biggest story of that first half, as the Ravens and Bills are tied up at 3 apiece, is that Justin hadn't missed consecutive field goals in consecutive weeks since 2015. But he did so tonight, once from 41, once from 46. And the kicker here is, pun intended, that it went off both posts. Here's the first miss.
The All-Pro long snapper, Sam Cook, will have the hold. Tucker from 41, kicking on the way. It is off the upright and no good.
And, of course, the make at the top was our Maryland State Lottery play of the first half, and what was a bizarre one for the Ravens and really the Bills. Not a lot of offense, some sloppiness for the Ravens specifically, some penalties, and, again, 2 missed field goals from Justin Tucker. Perhaps that's the most jarring aspect of the game for Ravens fans. Not something we often see whatsoever. Before we throw it back down to M&T Bank Stadium, where Jerry and Dennis are getting ready for their second half call, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Ravens Game Day Network.
WBAL WIYY HD2 Baltimore.
WBAL News Radio 1090 FM 101.5.
All right, so again, it's 3-all at halftime between the Ravens and the Bills, and there's a trip to the AFC Championship game on the line here tonight in Buffalo. Without further ado, we'll send it back down to M&T Bank Stadium, where Jerry and Dennis have your second half call, and we'll catch up with you on the post-game show right here on the Ravens Game Day Network.
After the game, join us for the Locker Room Report presented by M&T Bank. This is the Ravens Game Day Network.
Hey Baltimore, it's me, Winter. Just a heads up, I'm gonna ice and snow all week from Western Maryland to the Eastern Shore, but if you're driving a Honda, you'll be fine. And right now, Honda is offering its best ever APR on the entire Honda SUV lineup. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Passport, and more. With real-time all-wheel drive and all the safety features included with Honda Sensing, like a collision mitigation braking system and adaptive cruise control. Oh, and don't forget to turn on your heated seats. It's gonna get cold. Sorry. See your local Honda dealer today.
I love your new deck, Ann.
Thanks, John. Long Fence took 20% off.
Wow. Wish they gave that deal on fences.
They'll give you 20% off your new fence, too.
Wait, so Long Fence takes 20% off any deck or fence?
Yep. They'll come to your house and find out exactly what you want and give you a free estimate.
Well, enjoy your great deck.
You're leaving the party?
I'm going to go call Long Fence.
Get 20% off any deck or fence at longfence.com.
2020 has been a year like no other. Staying safe and staying strong has been a challenge for all of us, but even more so for those recovering from substance use disorder. So this season, the Ravens and Leidos have teamed up again to help fight the opioid crisis. For every tackle, pick, and fumble caused by our defense, Leidos and the Ravens will purchase drug deactivation and disposal pouches and support the Baltimore area nonprofits like the Oxford House. Together, we can make a difference and help those on the road to recovery.
Geico knows there are many reasons why you ride. From the exciting adventure of the daily commute to the peace of mind that Geico always has your back with 24/7 access to claim service and legendary customer service. But Pamela Mund had one reason in particular.
My skin is extremely averse to most fabrics, except for the soft, buttery feeling of leather. Thankfully, I found my clan of leather lovers in the biking community. It's been life-changing.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The flagship of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5. Third quarter, presented by Safeway.
And the second half will start with the Bills getting the ball first. They won the opening coin toss, elected to defer. And now the drama amplifies. 30 minutes left to play. Tied at 3. This next half, or perhaps this next half and overtime, will determine whether it's the Ravens or the Bills who will advance to the AFC Championship game. The game the Ravens last played in 2012. The game the Bills last played in 1994. Justin Tucker will kick it off to start the second half. And this one will flutter in the wind, bounce at the 10. Andre Roberts will pick it up, runs to his left, crosses the 15, 20. Look out, he's got some room. Far side 30. And he's finally ushered out of bounds by Deshaun Elliott. But not before Roberts crosses the 30-yard line. He gives the Bills decent field position to start their opening drive of the third quarter at their 34-yard line. Jerry Sandusky, Dennis Pitta with you live from the Verizon broadcast booth. A wicked windy night in Orchard Park, New York. We have seen it move the ball around on kickers, on punters, on centers. Josh Allen in the first half, 13 of 22 for 120 yards. Devin Singletary, the deep back in the offset eye. Singletary will carry off the left side. He's got a gap, crosses the 40, and stretches out to the 43-yard line. He'll get 9 on first down.
Well, only their second rushing attempt of the game, but I think they came into halftime and said, listen, this wind is difficult. We saw Sean McDermott talk at halftime about the fact that it's tough on the passing game. This wind is so inconsistent. It's blowing so hard that it makes it tough to throw accurately the football downfield. And so I think they're coming into this half thinking we've got to be able to establish the run a little bit better. We have to certainly have more than one rushing attempt.
It's Josh Allen in a 2nd and 1. He gives it to Singletary. He is bottled up and dropped for a loss back to the 42-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play. L.J. Fort, Calais Campbell, Pernell McPhee. Penetration in the backfield, and the Bills now face a 3rd down and 2.
And one thing that we haven't seen a lot of, that's a big part of the Bills' offense, is the zone read, the read option. They do it very effectively with Josh Allen. He's a good runner, like we mentioned. He only has 3 rushing yards in this game so far, and that just on a scramble on a passing play. And so maybe we get that here, a read option where Josh Allen keeps it, tries to convert the first down.
Instead, he played action, lobs it to his tight end, Knox, and he's got the ball across midfield and slides out of bounds at the Ravens' 45. Jimmy Smith knocked him out of bounds, but not before an easy reception and a 14-yard gain.
Well, it wasn't the read option right there. It was the RPO, and so he rides the running back, seeing if the linebacker, that outside player, will bite on the run, and he certainly does, pulls the ball and drops it out into the flat to his tight end, Knox, for a first down.
Ball is at the Ravens' 44. 1st and 10, Buffalo. Josh Allen under center. T.J. Yeldon is the back. Play action, deep drop. Allen flushed and tackled back at midfield. Sacked for a 2nd time. It's Pernell McPhee with another sack for science powered by Constellation. A huge play by McPhee. And that backs the Bills up into a 2nd and 16.
Well, and the Ravens just rushing 4 right there. So if you can get home with your 4-man rush like they do there, beat one-on-one outside edge blockers, that goes a long way in playing solid defense on this passing attack in Josh Allen.
Allen sets in the gun. Ball is at the midfield stripe. Singletary comes in motion to the right. Allen wants to throw, lobs down the middle. It's caught at the 35-yard line. That's Stephon Diggs, and he's ushered out of bounds by Tremont Williams, but not before a 20-yard gain and a Bills first down.
Well, that was just a great effort by Josh Allen. He had a rusher right in his face, and he trusts his receiver. He trusts Stephon Diggs, being able to win on the out route. He has a favorable matchup there against Williams on the back end, and he delivers. Connects with his big play receiver, Stephon Diggs, for another first down. They continue to move the chains.
It's 5 catches for 79 yards for Stephon Diggs. First and 10, Bills at the Ravens' 30. Allen from under center. We'll give it to Singletary, working off left tackle. Looks for a crease, spins inside the 25, all the way down inside the 20, and finally taken to the turf at the 18-yard line after a 12-yard run. So the Bills, who only ran the ball twice in the opening half, have opened up here in the 3rd quarter with a couple of good runs that now have them inside the Grillmates red zone.
We knew these offenses were going to make adjustments. They went in at halftime and said, how can we move the ball more effectively? Conditions are tough. The wind is tough. Certainly the Bills thought they have to run the ball more. I think we all thought that they had to try and establish the run. And you saw Josh Allen do so much at the line of scrimmage. He's a young player, but they've already put a lot on his shoulders, being able to command, make audibles, checks, switch runs left and right. And right there, gets him in the right play and then convert on a big run play.
Allen keeps it on the read option, and he'll scramble out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Sean Elliott throwing his shoulder into the Bills' quarterback. Elliott's got to be careful of that. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. 10:48 to play, 3rd quarter. This is the opening drive of the second half.
And this is an element of their offense that we talked about a couple of plays ago that we didn't see in the first half, something that they do quite a bit. It's the read option. They're just reading Tyus Bowser, the end man on the line of scrimmage. If he crashes hard on the run, Josh Allen's going to pull it. If he plays Josh Allen, he's going to hand it off on the dive up the middle. And Josh Allen reads it properly, gets around the edge, picks up 6 or 7 yards on first down.
Cole Beasley comes in motion to the right. Allen wants to throw. Looks right, looks left, over the middle. Throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs pulled up on that one. It was a ball thrown low in the turf. Deshaun Elliott was closing, and Diggs put the brakes on his route because he knew he was going to get clobbered.
Yeah, they say he heard the footsteps, right?
You weren't kidding.
And it certainly seems like he bailed out of that one. He had an opportunity to go down and make a tough catch, potentially taking a hit from Deshaun Elliott in the process, but did not want any part of that. That's called a business decision right there. Live to fight another day.
Josh Allen has never thrown an interception in the red zone. 3rd down and 4. He looks to throw. Slings it near sideline. Complete to Singletary. Singletary inside the 10, 5. And down to the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Chuck Clark on the tackle. With 10 minutes even to play in the 3rd quarter. The Bills have had the ball the entire 3rd quarter. And they're coming up on the 10th play of this drive.
Well, this is a much more balanced approach, and I think it helps Josh Allen when you can run the football. It takes pressure off of his shoulders, and right there, he's able to throw the ball, deliver the ball to the open receiver, make good decisions, but he doesn't have to do everything.
Allen looks to the left, throws to the end zone, incomplete. Had an eye on Gabriel Davis, but he was well covered by Marlon Humphrey. 2nd and goal, Bills.
And what Buffalo was trying to do right there, they were trying to fake the little quick screen to the wide receiver. And the other wide receiver was going to fake block on Marlon Humphrey and then release upfield. Josh Allen punt fakes to the outside, tries to then get Davis, who slipped inside. I think Davis was a little impatient right there. For that play to really work, you have to be more patient, trying to sell the block. And as soon as that defender triggers to blow up the smoke screen, you got to release off of him.
Quick toss to the left side, complete to Diggs, and he's in for a touchdown. Stephon Diggs, one of 3 receivers who lined up on the left. The Ravens only had 2 DBs out there, so once Diggs had his hands on the ball, it was an easy entrance to the end zone. And Buffalo, with the first touchdown of the game, is back in front.
Well, just too easy, and that's a numbers game. And in a lot of these instances, you put a bunch out to the wide side. You have really a run or pass option. If you get good numbers in the box, you're going to hand it off, try and get into the end zone. If they pack the box and try and stop the run because you're nearly on the goal line, then you throw it outside, use your favorable numbers to catch the ball and get in the end zone like they did.
Tyler Bass with the extra point try. His kick is up. It is good. And with 9:29 to play in the 3rd quarter, the Bills have regained the lead. It's Buffalo 10, Ravens 3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Hey, it's your home, and I need to ask you a few favors. In the kitchen, there's a spider stuck between the window and the screen, and I know it's dead, and technically it's outside, but it's still freaking me out. Can you flick it out or something? Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico? Last thing, could you take the holiday decorations down? Yeah, I'm one of those.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Now's a great time to go Toyota for reliability, value, and style. And RAV4 is the #1 selling SUV in America over the last year, with available all-wheel drive in gas or hybrid models. Now get up to $1,000 cash back from Toyota through February 1st. For more offers, shop Toyota's official website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. Then see your Toyota dealer. Go Toyota, and let's go places.
M&T Bank. You know we're the official bank of your Baltimore Ravens. And now that the Ravens are in the playoffs, M&T is also the official bank of... Playoffs, baby! The official bank of... Here we go! The official bank of... The Ravens! The Ravens! And even the official bank of... Turn up, Ravens fans! You've been passionately supporting your team all season long, and your enthusiasm has paid off. The Ravens are in the playoffs. Let's keep this energy going and make this season one for the books. Here's to being part of something special together and one big, proud community of Ravens fans.
Big jump, baby! We're going all the way! Big jump, Ravens, this is our year! Woo!
M&T Bank. The official bank of the Ravens flock. Member FDIC.
WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL app.
3rd quarter of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Safeway. 10-3 Buffalo in front of the Ravens. 9:29 to play in the 3rd quarter. Jerry Sandusky, Dennis Pitta with you live from the Verizon broadcast booth. Very different approach by the Bills offense to start the second half as they mixed it up, running the ball much more effectively than they did in the first half. They only ran the ball intentionally one time in the first half. But that time they mixed it up, run and pass, put together an 11-play, 66-yard touchdown drive And now the Ravens playing from behind, trailing 10-3. And Lamar Jackson, who was limited in the first half to only 18 yards rushing, 9 of 16 passing for 123 yards. He will face the pressure of trying to put the Ravens in the end zone. Kickoff taken for a touchback. So the Ravens will start the drive at their 25-yard line. All right, Dennis, we saw the adjustments that Brian Dable, the offensive coordinator for the Bills, made. What are the adjustments that Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator for the Ravens, will make?
I think you have to find answers against the Bills' pressure packages because Lamar Jackson right now against pressure, he's 1 for 5 for 5 yards. And so the Bills realize they're having success blitzing DBs, some of their pressures, and getting home to Lamar Jackson. So if they continue that in the second half, Lamar Jackson has to find an answer to get a quick outlet and get the ball out of his hands fast.
Little RPO pass complete to Hollywood Brown, who scrambles to the 32-yard line, 7 yards on first down. And snow has begun to fall in Orchard Park. And the snow is actually a good indicator of the wind because you can see snow falling literally in all directions. It's just flurries at the moment, not a driving snowstorm, but enough that you can see it. And it is moving left, right, east, west, north, and south. 2nd down and 3 out of the pistol formation. Give us to Dobbins, left side. Dobbins crosses the 35-yard line. It stretches out to the 38-yard line. That's good for a first down. A.J. Klein on the stop, and the Ravens move the chain. 8:37 to play, third quarter. Buffalo in front of the Ravens, 10-3. Well, if the Ravens can get their ground game going, that would be a game changer for sure. It came in today with the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL, averaging 192 yards a game. So far, only 82 yards on the ground. Jackson gives it to Dobbins off the right side, hit hard and stopped at the 39-yard line after a gain of only 2. Matt Milano came up with the stop.
And I think the Ravens are struggling to get big chunks in the run game right now, but you have to be patient. You have to continue to push the running game because you can't get away from what you do best. And everything else they do comes off their ability to run the football and their ability to stick with the run throughout the game. So even if you're only getting 2 yards like you saw there on first down, you got to stick with it.
Jackson on the play fake, throws complete to Mark Andrews. He's at midfield, shoulders his way into Buffalo territory and spins down to the Bills' 47-yard line. A 14-yard gain, a Ravens first down.
And these are the types of plays that complement that run game because this is an RPO. Lamar Jackson has the handoff for Gus Edwards when the linebacker blitzes and unoccupies that space that Mark Andrews then fills. He pulls the ball and throws it to him right behind where that blitzing linebacker came. So good answer there for the blitz that the Bills are throwing at him.
Edwards and Ricard in the backfield. Jackson in the shotgun. 1st and 10 Ravens. Buffalo 47. Jackson takes the snap. Play action. Throws complete to Andrews on the left flat. Andrews is shoved out of bounds by A.J. Klein after a short gain and then a jawing session between the Ravens tight end and the Bills linebacker. We'll mark that as a gain of only 1, 2nd and 9.
And you see some of the adjustments that the Ravens now have made offensively at halftime. They want to get the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands quickly. That was another RPO right there. They're taking advantage of the aggressive nature of the Bills linebackers and DBs coming and playing the run or blitzing off the edge, and they're getting the ball out quick into space.
Jackson drops the throw, pocket collapsing. He's hit and sacked back at the 50-yard line. Jerry Hughes coming off the edge with the 3rd sack of the game for the Buffalo Bills.
And Jerry Hughes has gotten home twice now. That's his 2nd sack of the game, and he's really been their most consistent pass rusher for a long time here in Buffalo. He's been a long tenured player. Got his start at TCU, a guy that I played against, had to block in college. Used to be a running back. He's tremendously athletic coming off the edge, and you saw it right there, just beating the tackle around the edge and getting Lamar Jackson down.
Tyree Phillips was in at right tackle. He's been splitting time with DJ Fluker. Jackson wants to throw on 3rd and 13. Deep drop. Now he runs up the middle, tucks it. 45, 40, 36-yard line. First down Ravens. Lamar Jackson On a 3rd and 13, runs up the middle for 14, and the Ravens offense stays on the field with 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
And this is where he's just so difficult. And this is what makes him so good, is he's got nothing. He's got nowhere to throw the football. Really, they have him corralled in the pocket, but a nice big running lane opens up in the middle, and he takes advantage of it and uses his speed, his elusiveness to get the first down on a 3rd and long. Huge play by Lamar Jackson.
Spot the ball at the Buffalo 35. Jackson sets in the pistol. Edwards behind him. Pulls down a high snap, gives it to Edwards. He is bottled up and somehow forces his way forward to the 33-yard line. Don't get a yard and a half or two on a play where he was hit a couple of yards deep in the backfield. And that was one of those plays where the snap came in high and the wind. John Harbaugh talked about this at halftime. The wind actually grabbed the ball and started moving away from Lamar Jackson. He had to reach out with his right hand and pull it down like it was a knuckleball.
And we've seen a number of those snaps. And like you mentioned, Harbaugh said, it's impacting even the snap. Just a little pass going back 4 or 5 yards. It is moving it significantly.
2nd and 9. Jackson wants to throw out of the shotgun. Pocket collapsing. He slings it near side, complete to Willie Snead at the 30. Splits a pair of defenders. It gets down to the 26-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and 1 with 4:11 left to play in the third quarter. Tonight's third quarter is brought to you by Safeway. Ravens trail the Bills 10-3. Well, it might not be the offensive shootout that many anticipated, but certainly hope you are enjoying tonight's game here on the Ravens Game Day Network, presented by Geico. You get this close to the AFC Championship game, you can't help but feel the drama. Pistol wing formation. Edwards the deep back. Jackson hands it to his fullback, powers forward, and Gus the Bus is going to be marked right at the 25-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. It is. And Lamar Jackson is fired up. I've referred to Gus Edwards as a fullback. That's inaccurate. But I think of Gus as a fullback in that situation because he's just a wrecking ball. He's just going to slam it in there. And that's exactly what it was. What we have seen with Gus Edwards this year is his development as a finesse runner. He can turn a one cut into a big gain because he has some moves now that we didn't see last year. 1st and 10. Blitz pressure coming. Jackson throws it complete. Inside the 20, Willie Snead spins his way all the way down to the 15-yard line. It'll be just shy of a first down. Matt Milano makes the tackle after Willie Snead runs like a fullback, powering his way through the secondary. 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. Ball is at the Bills' 16.
And Willie Snead turned what would have been a 4 or 5 yard gain on just a quick pass, a little snag route where you pull the flat defender out and he sits right in the hole at about 4 or 5 yards. Turns that into a 9-yard gain simply because of effort, not wanting to go down. Great run after the catch.
2nd and 1. They give us a Dobbins up the middle. Dobbins powers his way to the 10-yard line. It'll be first down from there for the Ravens as the rookie from Ohio State gives the Ravens a new set of downs. J.K. Dobbins has a rushing touchdown in the last 7 consecutive games. This would be an ideal time to make it 8 in a row.
And we may have had only 6 total points in the first half, but I think we're going to see a lot more offense in this second half. You've already seen the Bills make their adjustments, go down, get a touchdown. Now the Ravens driving, certainly poised on the 10-yard line to get a touchdown of their own.
Jackson drops the snap, picks it up, sprints around the right corner, and darts out of bounds at the 9-yard line. He'll only get a yard on the play. Not sure he was expecting the snap quite when it came. Bounced off his hands, hit the turf. He picked it up and just took off for the boundary. 1:27 left in the third quarter. Each team has had the ball one time. The Bills put together an 11-play drive. The Ravens are coming up on the 14th play of this drive.
It is amazing how many issues they're having with the center quarterback exchange. And that's part of the trouble with these shotgun snaps. When it's windy, when there's adverse conditions like we have today, it certainly impacts that part of the game.
Blitz pressure coming. Jackson is hit. Lobs to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Hollywood Brown was the target at the 1. And Lamar Jackson was under duress. The Ravens face a 3rd and goal from the Buffalo 9.
Well, Lamar did a good job just avoiding a sack right there because he had the defender draped all over him and had enough arm strength to get it out and at least attempt the pass. It was Jerry Hughes once again sidestepping the block of J.K. Dobbins, disrupting that play. He's had a huge impact, making his presence felt on the edge of the Buffalo defense.
Third quarter of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Safeway. Final minute of the third quarter. 3rd and goal, Ravens from the Bills 9. They trail 10-3. Jackson to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. Picked off by Teron Johnson. Returns it across the 30, 40. Midfield leg race. Ravens 30. Johnson to the 20. 10-5. Touchdown. No flag on the play. And the first red zone interception of Lamar Jackson's career is a devastating blow to the Ravens' hopes of going to the AFC Championship game. In the first 3 years of his career, Lamar Jackson had thrown 47 touchdowns in the red zone, no interceptions. Teron Johnson takes that pick 2 yards deep and takes it to the house.
Well, Lamar Jackson was trying to get Mark Andrews the ball in the middle of the field. Mark Andrews ran just a little sit route inside the end zone, pushed off the linebacker, slid back outside, and Lamar just never saw the defender on the outside come and undercut that ball, and he takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point try is good, and suddenly the evening is not. 41 seconds left, third quarter. It's Buffalo 17, the Ravens 3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
This football season, your tailgate may be more of a home gate, but you can still count on Wise Markets as your one-stop shop for game day essentials. From tasty snacks to yummy beverages, dinners, and desserts, Wise has the winning ingredients you need to score big with a Wise game day recipe like this fan favorite.
Chili cheese dip. This Southwest-style dip has everything a football fanatic could want to satisfy the big game munchies. Guaranteed to please your hometown crowd. Complete recipe at wisemarkets.com/recipes.
The journey begins on remote mountain farms and plantations in the lush tropical regions of countries like Colombia and Brazil, where the best coffee beans are grown. The beans are harvested by hand, carefully sorted, bagged, shipped, and finally roasted. And the journey ends as your cup of rich, flavorful Royal Farms coffee, the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
When it's time to move the ball down the field, you need Fidelity Mechanical Services on your team. Fidelity is the Mid-Atlantic region's premier provider of high-performance design-build mechanical systems and energy-saving solutions. Their proactive world-class service groups are the winning play. Fidelity Mechanical Services has been dedicated to service excellence since 1945. That's why the region's leading businesses, developers, and property managers rely on Fidelity Mechanical Services to design, build, and maintain their high-performance building systems.
People who know Baltimore know Hertzback.
People who know Hertzback know that we've provided accounting and advisory services for more than 70 years.
Today, we all know that companies in and around Baltimore are adapting, evolving,
and looking toward new opportunities.
And that's why, after years working alongside BDO,
Hertzback has joined BDO. People who know Hertzback know BDO. Visit us at BDO.com.
Home of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
17-3, Buffalo leads it, 41 seconds left in the third quarter, and it is a game-changing play. Lamar Jackson on a 3rd down and goal from the Bills' 9, intercepted in the end zone. Teron Johnson takes it out of the end zone, 101 yards for a return for a touchdown. And Lamar Jackson's first ever red zone interception could be devastating to the Ravens' hopes of getting to the AFC Championship game, because now the Ravens are 2 touchdowns down in a game that has been hard to move the ball quickly. Each team has had the ball only one time in the third quarter. A 15-play drive by the Ravens, an 11-play drive by the Bills. And the Ravens will get it for the final seconds of the third quarter on a touchback. So, Dennis, yes, you still have a full quarter left to play, But the reality is you need points fast in a game where nothing has come fast. So what adjustment does Greg Roman have at his availability other than prayer?
Yeah, prayer's a good alternative right now, certainly. But I think you can't overreact. I know time is against you now. You're down 2 scores. But what they did on that last drive, utilizing the short passing game, quick game, being able to get the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands quickly into his receiver's hands quickly and allow them to get run after catch. I think that's the formula. You sprinkle in that. You still run the football as much as you can, given the circumstances, and you take your occasional longer shot downfield. I think that has to be the formula. You can't overreact and start throwing the ball deep downfield, getting yourself into trouble, getting in 2nd and long, 3rd and long. That's just not a winning formula for this offense, not something that plays into their strengths. So I think you just have to be methodical. You just have to chip back away, take it one play at a time. You heard Coach Harbaugh talk about that this week in coming back from 10-point deficit last week against the Titans. You just got to take it one play at a time. It's cliche, I understand that, but you can't overreact to the moment, and you certainly can't overreact to where the deficit that they face right now.
Stoppage in play because of an injured Buffalo Bill. Reggie Gilliam is down, backup tight end, injured on the kick return or the kickoff. That's why we are in a pause. But the Ravens are going to have to find the gear. And like Dennis just spelled out, it's a combination now. You have to, as the late, great John Wooden used to say, be quick but don't hurry.
Yeah, and listen, that last drive was, 16 total plays? So that took a lot of the third quarter. And you can't necessarily have a 16-play drive. You've got to be faster than that. You have to hurry the line. You have to have a sense of urgency. But you can't get away from what you're good at.
The longest postseason deficit the Ravens have ever come back from is 10 last week against Tennessee. On first down, the ground game, J.K. Dobbins will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. The deficit at the moment is 14. And we're in the final 20 seconds of the third quarter.
And here's what's interesting. Greg Roman talked specifically this week about this team, this offense is better equipped to handle difficulties in the postseason, to make a postseason run than they have been in years past, even when they were a more highly ranked offense because of...
Snap goes over Lamar Jackson's head. He scoops it up at the 5. He'll throw it out of bounds, but he's going to get flagged for intentional grounding because he was not outside of the tackle box. Jackson is still down in the end zone. He was hit as he released the ball. He is laying on his back in the end zone, and a flag has been thrown. As the medical team comes out to take a look at Lamar Jackson, time has expired at the end of the third quarter, and bad has gotten worse.
Grounding. Number 9, offense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul, the 2-yard line. Loss of down. 3rd down. This is the end of the third quarter.
And if you wonder why we question officials, that's Carl Cheffers, the referee. He's been officiating a game that has included Lamar Jackson, where at the end of the third quarter, he just called the penalty on number 9. Last check, Lamar Jackson wore number 8.
I thought I heard that.
End of the third quarter, it's Buffalo 17, Ravens 3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
2020 has been a year like no other. Staying safe and staying strong has been a challenge for all of us, but even more so for those recovering from substance use disorder. So this season, the Ravens and Lidos have teamed up again to help fight the opioid crisis. For every tackle, pick, and fumble caused by our defense, Lidos and the Ravens will purchase drug deactivation and disposal pouches and support the Baltimore area nonprofits like the Oxford House. Together, we can make a difference and help those on the road to recovery.
Brought to you by Horseshoe Casino Baltimore, the official casino partner of the Baltimore Ravens. Come by to join the world's premier loyalty program, Caesars Rewards, and enjoy the many benefits Horseshoe has to offer. Sign up to get the exclusive Ravens card and also get 3 free gifts. New members receive food and beverage credits, free play up to $100, and a hotel accommodation. See Caesars Rewards for complete details. Must be 21 years or older to gamble. No one to stop before you start. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
MedStar Health is the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens and you. So whether you're coaching from the sidelines or from the stands, whether you're kicking a field goal or trying to kick the flu,
Whether you're playing the game of your life or just living your best life, you deserve the same top-notch care we give the Baltimore Ravens. And a healthcare partner that understands. Inside every human body lives a human being. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Need a new roof or roof repair but not sure who to call? Are you looking for elite service without having to spend elite money? Look no further than Roofing by Elite, Maryland's most trusted roofing company since 1999. Winter's just around the corner, so don't get blindsided by old man winter. Get your roof repaired or replaced now by contacting Roofing by Elite on the web at roofingbyelite.com or check them out on Twitter at FixMyRoof52 and use code Hollywood for 20% off of a roof repair or roof replacement.
The flagship of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
Well, the fourth quarter begins with the Ravens in a world of hurt and Lamar Jackson in the locker room. They trail 17-3. Jackson has been taken to the locker room. He was hit hard. The back of his head bounced off the turf as he threw the ball out of bounds, trying to avoid a sack and a safety. And so we will have to presume Lamar Jackson is now in concussion protocol, which means Tyler Huntley will be taking over at quarterback. Tyler Huntley is a rookie out of Utah. 3 of 5 passing this year, and he will come in on 3rd and 33. Throwing out of the end zone, pocket collapsing. He's hit at the goal line, escapes, crosses the 10, 15, 20, lunges out to the 22-yard line. And that will at least give Sam Cook some room to punt the ball away. Well, if this were a movie, Tyler Huntley would come in and throw for 3 touchdowns and become the most celebrated backup quarterback in the NFL since the late Earl Morrall. Well, this is not a movie. If it is at the moment, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, as much as we'd love to see that, that's a lot to ask of Tyler Huntley.
Sam Cook gets a low punt that bounces at the Bills' 30, trickles inside the 25, rolls out of bounds at the 24. So Sam Cook playing the wind, but the Bills have the ball and a commanding 2-touchdown lead. 14:23 left to play in the divisional playoff game. Buffalo up 17-3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Acura is dedicated to sticking to the facts. The 2020 MDX delivers track-inspired performance wrapped inside a premium 3-row SUV. Fact. By sticking to the facts, we now have more time for facts. A chef's hat is traditionally made with 100 pleats, representing the 100 different ways to cook an egg. You're welcome, Acura. Less talk, more drive. Visit your local dealer to learn more facts.
For great deals this January on the entire Acura lineup, visit your Baltimore Annapolis Acura dealer today.
Hi, Dan McLaughlin here from Baby Home Care. While 2020 presented many challenges, I'd like to share something positive that came from it. As we adapted delivering home medical equipment to our patients following CDC guidelines, we found videos to be a great way to educate them on the safe use and care of our equipment after delivery. Some of our associates even took it upon themselves to film their own. Nothing fancy, but effective, and patients benefit. Whether you're with our company or not, I invite you to visit our website, babyhomecare.com, and click on the video tab at the top of the page. Use this as a resource. Thank you, and be safe.
Right now at Subway restaurants, you can get 2 big subs for a very special price, because for a limited time, when you buy 2 foot-long subs in the app or online, they're only $5 each. And each one is made on your choice of bread with any veggies and sauces you want. Get 2 of the same footlongs or mix it up and try something new. Either way, footlongs are just $5 each when you buy 2 in the app or online. But only for a limited time and only at Subway restaurants. At participating restaurants, app and online orders only. Additional charge for extras plus tax. No additional discounts or coupons not valid for delivery.
WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL app.
Fourth quarter of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Toyota. Buffalo leads 17-3. The Bills will take possession of the ball at their 24-yard line. 14-14 left to play in the ball game, and it has gone south in a hurry here after the Bills with 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. Lamar Jackson has been sent into protocol concussion protocol. He's gone to the Ravens locker room after getting hit hard at the goal line when a snap went over his head. The Ravens have had a hard time with the quarterback exchange, we presume due to the wind. So Tyler Huntley, for the moment at least, is the quarterback when the Ravens get the ball next. Right now, the quarterback who has the ball is Josh Allen. Empty backfield. He's going for the throw. Ravens rush 5. Allen throws quickly, complete. Out to the 28-yard line. John Brown makes the catch, his 7th of the game. And the Bills gain 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7.
Well, you mentioned the snap issues they've been having, and this is not the first time that the Ravens have had snap issues. I mean, you think back to the New England game when Matt Skura essentially lost his job at center because of all the snap issues he had in the rain, and now you have wind. I mean, I'd love to use the wind as an excuse, but Josh Allen's been in shotgun virtually the whole game, and they haven't had issues themselves. So,
fair point.
You never want to point the finger at a certain player, but that's something you just cannot have out of a center.
A little sling pass complete to Isaiah McKenzie, who crosses the 35-yard line, gets out to the 36. And that is good for 7 yards and a Bills first down. Well, Buffalo will be quite content at just squeezing the clock now because they know that Lamar Jackson is in the locker room. The Ravens are in a 14-point deficit. And Buffalo is going to use all 40 seconds between plays to just wind clock. 13 minutes left to play in the game. The Ravens in need of a miraculous comeback now. Josh Allen out of the shotgun. 1st and 10. Ball at the Bills 35. Fakes the handoff to Singletary. Slings it near sideline. Incomplete. Josh Brown the target. Jimmy Smith had the coverage. 2nd and 10.
Well, I think the difficult part for Lamar Jackson is certainly concussions is something that the league takes incredibly seriously. And so being in concussion protocol, we all saw him grab his helmet after it hit the turf violently. I think it would be difficult if we saw him come back into this game. I think the precautions that the league has taken, the precautions that the teams have taken, make it so you just don't place a player that's susceptible to another concussion or one that's sustained a concussion back into a football game.
Devin Singletary will run for a 3-yard gain, and the Bills are looking at a 3rd down and 7. Earlier this afternoon, Green Bay beat the Rams 32-18. So the top seed in the NFC will hold. Tomorrow, it's the battle of the legends. Tampa at New Orleans. Tom Brady at Drew Brees. And then Cleveland at Kansas City, the top seed in the AFC. Right now, with 12 minutes left to play, the Bills looking at a 3rd and 7. The Ravens need a stop. Josh Allen to throw. Ravens rush 4. Allen throws complete out to midfield. Stephon Diggs has it. And is taken down at the Ravens 47. And this is a slow death knell now because every first down for the Bills is 2 minutes off the clock at least for the Ravens.
Well, they get the completion there to Stephon Diggs and a first down, which is a backbreaker to the Ravens at this point in the game. But Cole Beasley running a seam route right up the middle of the field was unguarded. I don't know what kind of defensive breakdown you had in the back end, but nobody was within 20 yards of Cole Beasley. Had Josh Allen seen that, that was a touchdown.
Off the play action, Josh Allen deep drop. Throws a wobbly pass that is snatched and complete. Stephon Diggs with a diving catch inside the Ravens 40. And for Stephon Diggs, that is his 8th catch, and it puts him over 100 yards for the game.
And these two have just such a tremendous connection on the field. The chemistry is unbelievable. Josh Allen under duress. His shoulders are really pointed to the left side of the field and just has the arm strength to flick it out there to the right side to Stephon Diggs with a rusher in his face. I mean, you're seeing all of Josh Allen's talent on display right now.
We're down to 10.5 minutes left in the game. Allen keeps it on the read option, tries to run to the edge, and Tyus Bowser will shove him out of bounds. And Josh Allen plows over a member of the Ravens staff accidentally after he loses a couple of yards on the play. 2nd and 12.
Well, that was the read option. I thought Josh Allen made the wrong decision on that one. He should have given it to the running back on the quick dive because the defensive end just sat there flat-footed, and when he pulled it, he had good leverage on Josh Allen and forced him out of bounds. A rare mistake there in the run game by the quarterback.
We approach the 10-minute mark left in this game. Ravens trail 17-3. Allen takes the snap, play action, rolls to the right, throws to Isaiah McKenzie, who scrambles out of bounds after a gain of only 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9 from the Ravens 37. Clock is running. 9:47 left to play in the ball game. Buffalo Bills can smell destiny, looking for their first trip to the AFC Championship game since the days of Marv Levy and Jim Kelly back in 1994. On 3rd down, Josh Allen to throw. Has time, firing deep, look at end zone, incomplete. He wanted John Brown. It was well covered by Anthony Averett and Deshaun Elliott. And the Bills face a 4th down and 11 at the Ravens 39. So Corey Bojorquez will come out. And that means Tyler Huntley will have a shot for the Ravens. And you know you are on the short side of hope. I mean, no disrespect to Tyler Huntley, but when you have a rookie free agent who was only throwing the ball 5 times in an NFL game, and you're going to ask him to bring you back from a 14-point deficit in a divisional playoff game, you are probably guilty of asking for a lot. Punt bounces at the 20, takes a Bills bounce, of course, inside the 10, and they'll down it close to the 9. Tyler Huntley and the Ravens offense will have the ball when we get back. 9:05 to play. It's Buffalo 17, Baltimore 3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
M&T Bank. You know we're the official bank of your Baltimore Ravens. And now that the Ravens are in the playoffs, M&T is also the official bank of... Playoffs, baby! The official bank of... Here we go! The official bank of... The Ravens! The Ravens! And even the official bank of... Turn up, Ravens fans! You've been passionately supporting your team all season long, and your enthusiasm has paid off. The Ravens are in the playoffs. Let's keep this energy going and make this season one for the books. Here's to being part of something special together and one big, proud community of Ravens fans.
A big trust, baby! We're going all the way! Huge fuck! Ravens, this is our year! Woo!
M&T Bank. The official bank of the Ravens flock. Member FDIC.
Need a new roof or roof repair but not sure who to call? Are you looking for elite service without having to spend elite money? Look no further than Roofing by Elite, Maryland's most trusted roofing company since 1999. Winter's just around the corner, so don't get blindsided by old man winter. Get your roof repaired or replaced now by contacting Roofing by Elite on the web at roofingbyelite.com or check them out on Twitter at FixMyRoof52 and use code Hollywood for 20% off of a roof repair or roof replacement.
Planning a move? Von Paris Moving and Storage will handle all the details. Whether your move is within the state of Maryland, across the country, or overseas, Von Paris can customize their services to meet your needs and budget. Their relocation experts will provide a free, no-obligation estimate and answer any questions or concerns about your upcoming household or office moving requirements. Call Von Paris Moving and Storage today at 410-888-8500 or visit VonParis.com. Von Paris, always going the extra mile since 1892. Proud to be the official mover of the Baltimore Ravens.
The home of the Ravens. WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5. Fourth quarter. Presented by Toyota.
9:05 left to play at Orchard Park, New York. Ravens in a hole, trailing the Bills 17-3. Certainly appreciate you spending your Saturday evening with us here on the Ravens Game Day Network, presented by Geico. Lamar Jackson remains in the locker room in concussion protocol after his head slammed to the turf in the end zone following another errant snap in the shotgun formation. So Tyler Huntley in at quarterback, the rookie free agent Out of Utah will hand it off to Gus Edwards. Starts to the right, cuts it inside the numbers, and can only get about 3 yards on the play. Tyler Huntley is, for all intents and purposes, the Ravens' fourth-string quarterback. After RG3 went down, Trace McSorley stepped up. Trace McSorley promptly got injured. He went on IR. And so Tyler Huntley was activated off the practice squad. Had his first game action back in Week 15 against the Jaguars, but these are no Jags he's facing tonight. Bills rush 5. Huntley throws. Complete to Willie Snead, and he's taken down at the 18-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
And listen, this is a difficult circumstance for the Ravens to be in right now. You have, like you mentioned, essentially your fourth-string quarterback in the game. But Tyler Huntley has played well in spots in this game when he's been in there. He can certainly run the football. He made a nice throw on that last play to Willie Snead. He's capable. Now, I mean, you have a small glimmer of hope here with him in the game and Lamar Jackson in the locker room, but he's capable of moving the football.
Gives it to Gus Edwards. He's got a first down as he runs across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. That'll move the chains with 7:49 to play. Micah Hyde makes the tackle. And bad news, as the Ravens have informed us, Lamar Jackson has been declared out. So he is not only in concussion protocol, he has been deemed to have a concussion, and he is out. Huntley's pass incomplete at the 35-yard line. He was looking for Mark Andrews. Tre'Davious White batted that down. 2nd down and 10 for the Ravens from their 27-yard line.
And that's where you see Huntley's inexperience, because Mark Andrews is running an out route right there, and that's essentially against cloud coverage, meaning the corner is playing a trap coverage. You have a too-high safety over the top. He's really coming off and playing anything that comes to the outside, and Huntley leads Mark Andrews right into that trap corner, and he blows up the pass for an incompletion.
Huntley to throw. His pass is deflected, but caught by Willie Snead at the 30-yard line. Going to mark him down to the 29, so he only gets 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Check that, 3rd down and 8. 7:11 left to play. Well, this season that has had so many twists and turns, the Ravens are in danger of not scoring a touchdown. For the first time since October 7th of 2018, when they lost to Cleveland 12-9 in overtime. It's been that long. 3rd down and 8. Huntley wants to throw. Blitz pressure coming. Look out. He's got to get rid of the ball. He does. It's incomplete at the 40-yard line. Des Bryant was the target. Wanted a flag. None forthcoming. Levi Wallace had the coverage. And on 4th and 8, with 6:42 left to play, I got to believe they're in 4-down territory, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have time to punt and think you're going to get a ball back 2 more times and march down and score touchdowns. So you're in desperation mode. You got to go for it on 4th down here, and you got to have this one.
Des Bryant will split out wide to the left. Hollywood Brown tight to the right. Tyler Huntley in the shotgun takes the snap. Blitz pressure coming. Huntley steps up, throwing deep. He's got a man. He overthrew Hollywood Brown at the 30-yard line. He would have had a walk-in touchdown. And the Ravens may have just seen their last hope evaporate on a cold night in Buffalo. With 6:36 left to play, it's the Bills 17, the Ravens 3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Hey, it's your home, and I need to ask you a few favors. In the kitchen, there's a spider stuck between the window and the screen, and I know it's dead, and technically it's outside, but it's still freaking me out. Can you flick it out or something? Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico? Last thing, could you take the holiday decorations down? Yeah, I'm one of those.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
This is Sarah. Leave a message.
Hey, Sarah, I wanted to catch you before you left. Don't come to our house for the party. There's been a change in plans. We got into some twisted tea, hard iced teas, and one thing led to another. And now we're at the billionaire's house, baby. Yes, the one with the airstrip. Look, the password at the gate is lobster. You gotta get here. Whoa, that's a llama. Twisted tea. Keep it twisted!
Please drink responsibly.
Never cut corners, Baltimore. Ravens football is here, and Lido Pizza's got a deal for you. Get a famously square 18-inch one-topping Lido pizza and an Italian salad, plus 6 jumbo wings for only $29.99. Lido Pizza is Maryland's homegrown square pizza and proud partner of the Baltimore Ravens. Order online at LidoPizza.com. Lido Pizza is square because Lido Pizza never cuts corners. Lido Pizza, a proud partner of your Baltimore Ravens.
Your commute and your workday probably look a little different these days. A new work setting shouldn't mean compromising productivity or security. Is your technology keeping pace with the change? The tools you need to conduct business may be drastically different from last year. Whether you're in the office, at the kitchen table, or catching up on emails during the game, visit advancedstuff.com/98rock to discover technology solutions that could help your team work successfully from anywhere, both today and in the future. Advanced Business Systems. We live and breathe this stuff.
The flagship of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
Fourth quarter of this evening's broadcast is brought to you by Toyota. 6:36 left to play in Orchard Park, New York. The Bills will take possession of the ball at the Ravens' 29-yard line, leading the Ravens 17-3. Tyler Huntley had a chance to be a hero, had Hollywood Brown wide open at the 30-yard line, and he overthrew him on 4th down and 8. That would have been a short touchdown. That would have sparked some hope. Instead, the Bills will go to the ground game. No, they'll throw it. Josh Allen under pressure. Flush from the pocket, runs to the right, heaves it to the end zone, and there's nobody there. He just threw it away. Not intentional grounding because he was outside of the tackle box. 6:28 left to play. It was tied at 3 at halftime. The drama was as crisp as the January air in Buffalo to start the second half. And Buffalo went right down the field, put up a touchdown. The Ravens came back down to the red zone on a 15-play drive, and Lamar Jackson was intercepted by Taron Johnson in the end zone. He took it 101 yards to the house, and that's where we stand, 17-3. Give us the Devin Singletary hit in the backfield and drop for a loss to the 31-yard line. Justin Matabike, the rookie out of Texas A&M, makes the stop. But the clock is running, 6:14 left to play. 3rd down and 11 for the Bills from the Ravens' 30-yard line.
Well, you look back at that overthrow by Tyler Huntley. Yes, he threw it much farther than Hollywood Brown was, but it was the same direction that you had an overthrow earlier in the game, in the first half, where Josh Allen overthrew Stephon Diggs wide open, similar play. It's the wind in that direction that carries that ball farther than the quarterback thinks it's going to go. And so you see the wind on those plays a factor again.
Bills take a timeout as the play clock was down to 1. They stopped the clock with 5:42 left to play. Look, Tyler Huntley hits that pass. It's a one-score game. It's still a long shot, but all of a sudden hope resurfaces now. It's going to be tough to climb back in this one. So as we start to take a look at the way this season has unfolded, who could have imagined a season that looked anything like this? A 5-1 start where the Ravens looked underwhelming. It became clear they were not going to find an easy replacement for the great Marshall Yanda at guard. They lost 4 of 5. Ronnie Stanley lost to a season-ending injury. Nick Boyle to a season-ending injury. 24 players wound up on the COVID list. They played Pittsburgh on a Wednesday afternoon, Dallas on a Tuesday night. And then Lamar Jackson returned from the locker room in the fourth quarter in Cleveland and turned the season around with a heroic comeback, the first of his career. But he will not come from the locker room tonight. He is out with a concussion. And on 3rd and 11, Josh Allen empties the backfield. Stands in the shotgun. Ravens will rush 4. Allen throws quickly to John Brown at the 30. He'll be wrestled down at the 26-yard line. It's 4th down coming up. And the Bills. Interesting to see what Sean McDermott does here, because the kicking game is not an automatic.
It's not, and I think you're kicking into the more difficult side, where into the wind, where both Justin Tucker and Tyler Bass have missed kicks already in this game. A field goal is no gimme from this position at all.
If I'm Sean McDermott, I'm going for it here. He's actually sending his punter on.
Yeah, and it's a field position game at this point because you kick a field goal, and if you miss it, you give the Ravens great field position near midfield. If you punt them, at least you know you can get them down at worst the 20-yard line.
Well, I was thinking if you kick a field goal and it gets blocked, that gives the Ravens the opportunity to have a crazy big play to climb back in this game. But now they have...
Yeah.
And now the kicker it is going to be the kicker. So I saw Corey Bojorquez, the punter, but he's the holder as well. Tyler Bass will come out. Bass hit from 28. He missed from 43. This will be a 44-yard try from the left hash mark. Tyler Bass's kick on the way, and it's no good. It sails wide left. So the Ravens will have the ball with 5:35 left to play, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Buffalo 17, Ravens 3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Safeway is your headquarters for home gating. This season, when you're preparing for the next Ravens game, make sure to pick up all your favorite Ravens products, including Coca-Cola, McCormick Grill Mates, Burke's Hot Dogs, and Premio Sausage. Stop by your nearest Safeway or have your order delivered right to your doorstep. And don't forget to check out BaltimoreRavens.com for home gating special offers, contests, and recipes. Safeway is the official supermarket of the Baltimore Ravens.
I love you more than self-imposes. I love you more than spraying hoses. I love you more than bird calls, but not as much as football.
Celebrate your love of football with Ravens scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery. Win up to $100,000 instantly or second chance cash and Ravens prizes.
I love you more than a meatball, but not as much as football.
Play Ravens scratch-offs at any Maryland Lottery retailer. Please play safely and responsibly.
Dear Baltimore hometown heroes, we'd like to thank you. Cigna is proud to present this year's Hometown Hero, and we congratulate you on all you do. You are frontline workers, military veterans, and members of our community that work to keep us safe and connected. And you are showing kindness and compassion that raises the bar for hometown heroes everywhere. The Ravens and Cigna stand side by side to honor you all season long. And remember, everyone can still nominate their own hometown hero for the 2021 season by visiting the Ravens Flock Contest page on BaltimoreRavens.com. Healthcare for life. Hundreds to more than $1,000 per month in disability compensation and tens of thousands for college tuition. These are just some of the Department of Veterans Affairs benefits that may be available to Baltimore area veterans. VA is focused on customer service like never before. See why veterans' trust in VA reached an all-time high. Claim the benefits you've earned at choose.va.gov. That's choose.va.gov.
WBAL News Radio 1090, FM 101.5, and the WBAL app. Fourth quarter, presented by Toyota.
Tonight's Ravens Game Day Network, presented by Geico. Jerry Sandusky and Dennis Pitta with you here, along with our Pro Bowl spotter, Dan Lundeen, and our All-Pro producer, Brian Blumberg. Brian Haars, our engineer, Nonpareil. Been quite the journey, guys.
It has. Listen, every time the season ends, it's difficult. Whether you're a player, whether you're a fan, whether you're a broadcaster. I mean, it's a disappointing feeling. It's a tough one. And this game's not over.
No.
Let's not lose all hope here, but their backs against the wall.
First down, rolls to the right, throws complete. That's Miles Boykin taken down at the 38-yard line. Pickup of about 3. Ed Oliver, former first-round pick of the Bills, with the stop as we approach 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Huntley going, hurry up, takes the snap. Steps up, throws complete. J.K. Dobbins has it, spins for a first down to the 47-yard line. So a couple of rookies trying to make the most of their fleeting moments in the spotlight here in the 2020 season. Huntley on first down, throwing from the gun. Slings complete. J.K. Dobbins taken off his feet at the Buffalo 42. 4:41 left to play in the ball game. A 12-yard gain. And a Ravens first down.
Huntley doing a nice job here. He's taking the check down. He's not trying to force the ball downfield. playing patient, playing smart.
Huntley on first down. He'll tuck and run. He's inside the 48, pulled down by Ed Oliver. And Ed Oliver just prevented a huge run by Tyler Huntley, who had some room, where Oliver pulled him down with an ankle tackle from behind. And with 4:10 left to play, time is very much an issue for the Ravens now. Bills bring a blitz on Huntley. The rookie pumps once, twice. He's in trouble. Running to his left. He'll be wrapped up and dropped back at the 49-yard line. Ball came loose. The Bills say they have it. The whistle was not blown. Trent Murphy recovered the fumble. Mario Addison jarred it loose.
And I think he was down on
I think he was down clearly. We're waiting for a signal from Carl Cheffers, the referee.
The fumble recovered by the fumbling player. Third down.
All right, they're going to say the Ravens did recover it.
I mean, he's clearly
terrible
down.
call.
Yeah,
he's clearly down.
And on that play, Tyler Huntley saw the blitz, but you got to get rid of the ball quickly. He held the ball too long and resulted in a sack.
3rd and 16. Huntley throws down the middle. It is caught at the 30-yard line. Hollywood Brown to the 20. He gets out of bounds at the 16. And with 3:12 left to play, the Ravens trying to hang on to hope. We pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ravens Game Day Network.
WBAL WIYY HD2 Baltimore.
WBAL News Radio 1090 FM 101.5.
It's 1st and 10 Ravens at the Bills' 19. Tyler Huntley at quarterback after Lamar Jackson was knocked out at the end of the 3rd quarter with a concussion. Huntley throws out of the backfield, and it's incomplete, broken up, intended for Justice Hill. Matt Milano separated Hill from the ball. It stops the clock with 3:07 left to play.
And that's actually another good incompletion right there, because if he catches that ball, his momentum's moving backwards. They're not going to be able to give him the out of bounds and clock stoppage if you're moving backwards in that case. And so they would have gotten no gain. The clock would have continued to whine, not in the Ravens' favor.
Bills with a 4-man front. They'll drop 7 in coverage. Huntley wants to throw, pocket collapsing. He escapes, runs to his left, gets to the 15-10, and he's out of bounds at the 9. Stops the clock with 3 minutes even left to play. And this kid, Tyler Huntley, rookie free agent out of Utah, is giving Ravens fans at least a long shot of hope to hold on to.
And he's making plays, and you see his ability to scramble right there. Much like Lamar Jackson would in that case, a rushing lane opens up, and he takes it and gets around the edge and picks up a first down and gets out of bounds as well to stop the clock. Good play.
1st and goal Ravens from the Bills' 8. Huntley out of the shotgun. Gives it to J.K. Dobbins running left, and he's going to be run out of bounds for a loss back to the 10-yard line. Taron Johnson, who has been a terrorist to the Ravens tonight, comes up with the play. It was Johnson's 3rd quarter, 101-yard interception return for a touchdown that made this a 2-touchdown Buffalo lead. Johnson's the nickel back, but they use him frequently as a linebacker. And he covers the field. 2nd and goal Ravens. Ball now at the Buffalo 10. Huntley takes the snap, steps up, fires in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And the Ravens face a 3rd and goal with 2:50 left to play. Well, there'll be plenty of dissecting from this game. The offense just never got traction. It was a tremendous first half. It's been a tremendous game for the Ravens defense. They really only had one drive that they surrendered to the Bills, and that was the one to start the 3rd quarter. The rest tonight has been unfortunately on the offense. Huntley on 3rd down from the shotgun. Swing pass out of the backfield. Oh, J.K. Dobbins can't make the catch. He could have walked in with a score.
Oh, another untimely drop by J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, had he been able to make that catch, he had all kinds of space to get in the end zone, and unfortunately slips through his hands. And a good pass by Tyler Huntley. I mean, you got to give this kid credit. He continues to battle, stay in there. He's throwing good balls. He's giving his team a chance. But like you mentioned, the Ravens defense have played well throughout this game, holding the number 2 ranked offense in points per game to only 17, well below their average. They've done their job. It's the Ravens offense, only 3 points to show.
And this could be your last chance. 4th and goal. Huntley lobs. End zone. It is broken up. Incomplete. Mark Andrews was the target. Had a hand on it in a crowd, but he had 4 Bills around him knocking the ball free. And they are celebrating in Buffalo with 2:41 left to play. It remains the Bills 17, the Ravens 3. Tyler Huntley will be a footnote. He could have been a rock star if his pass to a wide open Hollywood Brown had just been 3 yards closer. And if J.K. Dobbins had caught the pass that he threw on 3rd down, we could be talking about an overtime situation.
And a pretty good throw by Huntley there as well to Mark Andrews. He sees the mismatch. He's got the middle linebacker Edmonds on his Pro Bowl tight end, Mark Andrews. Andrews just unable to pull that one down. It would have been a tough catch. It would have been a great catch, but one that I think we all think he could make.
Well, one of the big keys to this game, brought to you by the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra, was Lamar Jackson on the ground. We mentioned that coming into tonight, Jackson, in games where he had either run for 90 yards or more or run for a touchdown, the Ravens were 9-0 in those games. But tonight, Lamar Jackson rushing for only 34 yards on 9 carries, and obviously did not get in the end zone, with the Ravens having only 3 points. The keys did not unlock a trip to the AFC Championship for the Ravens. So, Dennis, you spent more time as a player than as a broadcaster. As you look at this from afar, and as you look at the Ravens, the projection is going to be first to the draft, then to roster adjustments, and what do they need to do to go deeper in the playoffs next year. What are your thoughts along those lines?
Well, I think you know how I feel about the draft. I think you have to find players up front. You have the skill position players. You have the quarterback. You have everything in place. You have a great defense. You need to continue to find. That's always the battle in the NFL. Continue to find good offensive linemen, good defensive linemen to win the game in the trenches. I think that's where, especially early in the season, the Ravens really struggled to find replacements for Marshall Yonda to get consistency up front. If you can find some solid offensive line players in this draft, that'll go a long way. But listen, this is a Ravens team that year in and year out, if Lamar Jackson's the quarterback, you expect them to be in this position. And by all accounts, this has been a successful season. They have done a tremendous job. They finally won a playoff game that's a step in the right direction for Lamar Jackson and this Ravens team. And I think anybody looking at this season like it was a failure because they're probably going to lose this game, I don't think that's the right approach.
TJ Yeldon with a 2-yard gain puts the Bills into a 3rd down and 8 from the Buffalo 12. 2:30 left to play. The Ravens have used all of their timeouts, and the Ravens just jumped offside.
Neutral zone infraction number 93. Defense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Still 3rd down, but now it's 3rd and 2. It's all fairly academic nonetheless. So let's say they get their offensive lineman. You get your next Marshall Yonda in the draft. Probably going to lose a couple of assistant coaches. Mike McDonald, the linebackers coach, is likely heading to Michigan as the defensive coordinator there. David Culley, the wide receivers coach, is going to interview in Houston for the Texans head coaching job on 3rd down and 2. TJ Yeldon is stopped for a 1-yard gain. And so the Bills will be looking at a 4th down, but they're going to let the clock wind down to the 2-minute warning. Josh Allen tries to draw the Ravens offside on 4th and 1. Instead, he reaches the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in the AFC Divisional Playoff game. It's Buffalo 17, the Ravens 3 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Is your home's heating and cooling system struggling? Has your old water heater seen better days? Or maybe you've been holding off on new windows or attic insulation. Whatever's on your home's to-do list, the time to act is now. Because now through February 15th, you can enjoy big savings with the BGE Home Employee Pricing Event. You pay what we pay. Now through February 15th. Call 1-888-BGE-HOME or visit BGEHome.com for details. BGE Home is not the same company as BGE or regulated utility.
Hey, it's Scott from the Morning Show, and I got to tell you about Vagabond Sandwich Company, located right in the heart of Bel Air. The owner, Ben, he has done it right. We're talking locally sourced ingredients, an incredible menu, fun atmosphere, burgers, sandwiches, wraps, onion rings, french fries, tater tots. Do not sleep on the chips, beer, wine, breakfast all day. It's open 7 days a week. If you're looking for a laid-back vibe, delicious food, go to Vagabond Sandwich Company. I can't say enough good things about it. Go see Ben and all the fine folks at Vagabond Sandwich Company. You won't be disappointed.
People who know Baltimore know Hertzback.
People who know Hertzback know that we've provided accounting and advisory services for more than 70 years.
Today, we all know that companies in and around Baltimore are adapting, evolving,
and looking toward new opportunities.
And that's why, after years working alongside BDO,
Hertzback has joined BDO. People who know Hertzback know BDO. Visit us at BDO.com.
Wawa hoagies are a winning pick for game day. Every hoagie's made with the ingredients you crave in varieties you love. From toasty cheesesteak to mouthwatering meatball, Italian, and more. There's a hoagie for every mood and every appetite. Stop in, order ahead with the Wawa mobile app, or get it delivered. When you're planning for the game, we have you covered with Wawa Catering. Make your game day a winner with Wawa hoagies, snacks, and drinks. Wawa is the official hoagie of the Baltimore Ravens. Gotta have a Wawa.
The home of the Ravens, WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
2 minutes left to play in the divisional playoff game in the 2020 Ravens season. They trail 17-3. Well, if 2020 didn't have enough difficulty and disappointment, you had a glimmer of a hope that somehow this season, this day, this night, this calendar change to 2021 could put it all back together. Ravens team certainly put together a heck of a run at the end of the season, a 6-game win streak, including the wild card win over Tennessee. But the year, the season, and the night, just too much baggage to overcome. Corey Bojorquez will punt. Maybe Devin Duvernay will return it for a touchdown and give us one last flicker of hope. Ravens come after Bojorquez. They don't get the ball, but they run into the punter. Malik Harrison hit the punter. The flag is down. Devin Duvernay will return it to the 33-yard line, but it will go back to the Bills, who will close it out now.
Running into the kicker, number 40. Defense, that 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
And with the Ravens out of timeouts, Buffalo can run the clock out now. And the Bills will await the winner of tomorrow night's Chiefs-Browns game to find out where they will play in the AFC Championship game. Buffalo going to that game for the first time since 1994.
That's amazing.
It's probably going to be a good couple of weeks for folding table and picnic bench makers in the Buffalo area, because the Bills Mafia is going to go nuts tonight.
They're going to be throwing a lot of bodies through tables in that part of the country.
Josh Allen has a couple more snaps to wrap it up. He took the first one there. 1:47 left to play. Allen will finish 23 of 37 with 206 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. The whole game spun on one play, trailing 10-3 in a goal-to-go situation. Lamar Jackson intercepted by Taron Johnson in the end zone. Johnson returns it 101 yards for a touchdown, and that's the game.
Yeah,
and that's the season.
Essentially a 14-point swing right there. Instead of the Ravens getting 7 points, the Bills end up getting 7 points, and that's your deficit. And I think as we look to the future, like we talked about before, certainly my position is always bolster your offensive defensive lines, but I think you also have to look offensively, maybe adding another piece in the wide receiver position. Hollywood Brown, his emergence, I thought he played well today. He made a number of big plays. But you need another answer besides Hollywood. It's a lot of pressure on him to be the sole guy downfield, the big play guy. You saw a lot of those big plays that they had a season ago not happen this year.
Josh Allen takes the snap on second down. He'll have to take one more snap before the Bills and the Ravens take off for the locker rooms. The Bills take off for the AFC Championship game. The Ravens take off for the off-season. We have a long list of folks we want to thank. Starting with the Ravens president, Dick Cass, Chief Sales Officer, Kevin Rocklitz, Cindy Horseman, Senior Management of Media and Client Services, Chad Steele, Senior Vice President of Communications for the Ravens, Patrick Gleason, Vice President of Public Relations, Tom Valenti, Director of Public Relations, Vernon Dennis, Public Relations Coordinator. And that's the final snap, and that will do it. Sean McDermott will run out to greet John Harbaugh. Season comes to an end for the Ravens. The Bills advance to the AFC Championship with a 17-3 win over the Baltimore Ravens. So I want to thank Kerry Pahikian, President and General Manager of WBA.